Warning. The following program is a recap of the HBCU sports world. It is meant to be comedic and informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their schools, or all black people. There may be some cuss words and some cultural words. If that bothers you, move along. If you're young, please seek permission before watching any further. If you at work, make sure you got your earbuds in. Don't blame us if you get fired. Thank you. The Outspoken Show.
And P.S. Don't be so damn sensitive.
You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. We Rick flaring on us. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. Check, we Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. It's apparent these girls staring. I'm Rick flaring, gold across my chest. I'm fresh to death, I'm Paul Bearing, not at all scary. One eye open like Betty Wops and fine to these Urkels that's going in like a carry shot. Woo! I'm going in like a Mary Pop off that Mary Crop at the top flow at the Marriott. So questioning me is like questioning you. See, we the best dressed, so come and get blessed with the crew. Not one but two, different ways to slaughter your crew. Committed tat across the chest, I guess she blessed with the truth. People want to see them checks, representation of proof. Living through my elders, trying to resonate to the youth. But ain't nothing to get my flash on. Longevity is heavily embedded in my melanin. Layman terms, I last long. My grind repetitive, I'm smoother than real silk. Lyrical cash cow, who can't cry over spilled milk. We in here. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. This ain't no normal situation, this preparation with greatness. Industry full of fakeness, it's really up for the taking. See, life is what happened to you, more so how you take it. Don't get stripped of your knowledge and mentally leave you naked. I like to live otherwise. I'm sorry that I'm fresh to death. I put the polo and apologize. See, black son, we ain't nothing like the mother guys. Quit to socialize, we organize, then we mobilize. Off the deep end like a scuba diver. And no confusion, just keep it pushing like Uber drivers. Woo! Business fresh just like a supervisor in a Gucci visor. Can't find a smoother rhymer. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. We Rick flaring on us. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us.
Yeah, DQ baby. Shout out that boy Nigga for that fire track. Hey, Black Sun, sun up. What's up, Vinny Vegas? What in Vegas? Yeah. Shout out Pharaoh's Kids, D-Face. Yeah. Bubba C. Yeah. Rick flaring on them. Rick flaring on them. Rick flaring on them. Rick flaring, son up, baby.
Hey yo, Scotty, we back.
Yo,
Appreciate you for reaching
you a
out.
star.
I'm like, hey, it's outspoken, a lot changed. Granted, the concept we still hosting. Giving you the fix you need when on the screen. The veteran, Captain Petty, giving you medicine. Come tap in, you know Scott gon' do what he do. Might not want to hear it, but here go the hard truth. Perry about the numbers, regret if you're not fact-based. When you run your lane, the numbers seem like a statue. Wait. Hey, Scotty, man, I'm not feeling it. I don't think the people feeling it. Let me get in my bag a little bit, just showing what this outspoken really about to be like. Outspoken, this is more than conjecture. These days they laying people off, so glad that we got our own. Hunger insatiable, made for you if you say you objective. Hard truth offering, no offense, just perspective. Come get your dosage and go with me. We spit it like poetry. The pivot was pivotal, could rhyme here, but I'd rather not. Some say Scotty, some call I'm Scott, the best one since Stewart. If you know, then you know. But if you don't, then you're lost. Let me be frank for a minute, cause we all know that's how Perry be. Breaking down the game for what it was, no apologies. This my hypothesis, you tune in, you like watching it. It's common sense, obvious, competent, rugged, and confident. Hey, we outspoken. We outspoken. We outspoken. This is outspoken, and we gon' put on a show, even if we hear you say I can't. It's outspoken.
Hey, backpack. I think we got another one. They ain't think we can do it, but we still.
What is going on, everybody? You already know it is your boy Scotty back with another one, man. It looks like I just seen y'all Bamas, man. My bad. A little early. I literally just got off. Anyway, listen, you already know what it is. I couldn't do this show with my brother without another. Please give it up for the Swag West champ, Perry White. I feel like I wanted to see them. I want to see the Louisiana Tech.
No. You're not eating none of that bland Thanksgiving food.
Because you always do that with Jackson. We talk about what they see and what we see. That joke is actually pretty funny too. They be like, with the Batman.
Oh, and the Hulk, that Incredible Hulk. Don't worry, Jackson State. I got something next week. Don't worry.
Man. That joke is funny. But yeah, I would have loved to see that La Tech. What's going on, P? How was your weekend, man?
Man, everything was good, man. Wrapping up football, man. I had a playoff game on Friday down in New Orleans. I didn't have a voice this weekend, man, so I didn't even know how this was going to work. And so I PA'd. Huh?
What you yelling about?
Man, I had a real chippy game Friday night between the teams. So I had to do a lot of yelling and breaking up some stuff, man. What we like to call preventive officiating. So stopping before it even gets started. Then so what a lot of people don't know, I've been PA announcing for Louisiana youth football as well. So they do games on the weekend. And I fooled around and played around one day with the microphone, and dude was like, he radioed up like, "Hey, you are a new PA announcer." So I've been doing that.
You get paid for that? They pay you for that?
Man, you do it like I do. I got youth myself, Scotty. But y'all was doing that, so my voice was already kind of gone, and then I ended up at the LSU and Vanderbilt game Saturday night. So by the time that happened, voice was completely gone. I was initially going to go up to Alcorn this weekend for the Jackson game. Glad I didn't. But either way it went, my guy hit me up and said, "Man, hey, I need you. We got these championship round games this weekend, man. Please come Saturday." And they had games Saturday and Sunday. So I stuck around and did the game Saturday, man. And I love it because it's amazing, bro, when I don't know how many people play little youth football, pee-wee football, but when you see those dudes, those studs that stand out from everybody, man, it's amazing to see them little dudes go to work, man. You know, where you just know the future gonna be bright. So I saw some little linebackers, some quarterbacks, even what Boosie say, the littlest thing on the court. I saw a littlest thing on the field, man. They couldn't touch it, man. It was attracting me. So I enjoy seeing that, man, because they get a chance to watch what that next talent, because you know Louisiana is talent rich when it comes to just raw athletes in football, man. So you get to see where these guys start at before they get into the high school level and ultimately seeing them playing them on Saturdays and Sundays.
What I love about I love about it, but it always boggles my mind. I'm like, you've been on this earth for 8 years. How are you that good? You know, like that's how my mind operates. Like I register, like when I remember, I'll never forget, I saw this 7-year-old kid playing baseball, machine pitch, and he was playing up. And I'm like, bro, you're 7. Like 3 of those years, you were just trying to figure out how like to walk and talk. So let's just say 4 years of playing baseball. How are you that good? Like, it's amazing to me how good some of these kids can be at the ages. But I think one thing that I've learned in my journey as a sports parent is I heard a parent say, it is not my intention for my son to be the best player now. It's for him to be the best player to grow. Like he just continues to matriculate and gets better. And I love that Kobe Bryant. I tell my son all the time, our goal is to get 1% better every day. Like and then and Kobe says, then you look up and you're just the best player because you've put the work in over time that, some people who are just more talented than you or, didn't want to work as hard as you end up outworking them because of the consistency that you put in. So my son knows practice makes progress and we get 1% better every time. And so my phrases to him are practice makes progress. We get 1% better and do simple great. Do simple great. And so those are my little things. And my daughter, she says she's a soccer player now, so she's in that same process.
Yeah, my son does soccer, but what I like about it especially is when you see the little kids, man, because a lot of them, man, you know where they come from. You know their backgrounds, and you watch the frustration, but you watching them growing up on the sideline. But what I always do, especially if the games are lopsided, I always say, hey, man, this is adversity. You're going to learn sometime in life ass whoopings happen. It's just going to come your way. You ever known anybody undefeated in every fight they've been in?
Never.
You ever known any coach that was undefeated in every game he's been in?
Mm-mm.
Not even a single player. Nobody finishes undefeated. And sometimes you lose close, which the heartbreakers teach you a lot. And sometimes you get your ass whooped, and the ass whoopings teach you a lot. But for me, that's what I like, man. It ain't about the wins. It's about the adversity because that's the character building of a young person. Because in life, they always got to realize that everything not going to go your way. And sometimes no matter how much you study, sometimes no matter how much you practice, you just end up on the bad side of it. I've stayed up all night before studying for a test and a whole week in advance and still didn't do good on it. Statistics was kicking my ass in college. It's happened. I've been there. And then there's been times where I partied and kicked it and went in and just tried to fly through it. Man, I did crazy. I mean, just blew through the test and came out. So, you just never know what'll happen. But I like adversity. Adversity builds character. And for me, I think for a lot of young people these days, they don't understand how to get through adversity. It's like the first sign of trouble, the first sign of something getting tough. Yeah, and it's just like the whole world collapsed. When we were young, you fall, get your ass up.
Yeah.
Hey, you okay? Everybody wasn't drinking out of a filtered thing out the sink. You didn't have the water. Your ass drunk out that hydrant. It was just a different world. But I understand that we live in a world today where I have this conversation all the time where we have a generation. Of course, what I like about it is the Black community. You see us continuously progressing. And as we progress, life gets better for some kids in terms of you grew up better than what your parents grew up, and then you grew up way better than what your grandparents grew up. So they shield you from a lot of things that they had to learn through the process, in which sometimes you skip the process because it's kind of handed to you. I don't want you to have to do or go through the things that I went through. I don't want you to have to see the hard and tough side. But for me, I think that's what builds a person. It's what builds appreciation to realize why you have things and realize, hell, I would have loved to have what you have. And I always tell my son, especially sometimes because he don't even have a clue the life that he lives these days. And so I always tell him, hey, I can take you down. Hey, we can take a ride to the hood and I'll show you a kid that'll love the shit that you got. I mean, even the littlest things that you take for granted, I'll show you a kid that would love to have that. And that's my brain back to reality moment, on top of taking them and want to do community service, showing them what it's like when somebody don't have nothing to eat, but you talking about what you not going to eat. Folks out here just looking for a meal. It's those things because they don't understand the struggle. They don't understand what it's like to grow up and don't have sometime, or every time you want something, somebody gives it, and he's spoiled with the grandparents, and so life like that, for me, I think for a lot of kids, they have to understand that portion of life because they grow up not understanding the reason of how to appreciate or hard work. And hard work, I think for a lot of them has been a shortcut to here you go. And they stick around, they waiting for a handout, or they think the world owe them something. And something else I'm going to say, I've been wanting to say this on here, and I don't know if people dealing with this, which don't laugh.
No, I'm just always.
If people deal with this, where they from? Since when did people start walking across the street like cars don't hurt? Am I the only person that has noticed that in 2024? Like when people walk across the street, it's like they dare you to hit them.
Remember when we was at Southern and the 40 little young niggas was just that dog? And I'm like, it took him like 30 minutes to cross the street.
My mom used to tell me you don't have a bump on your ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, cars hurt. I don't care if they the old school iron cab or the new plastic. A car hurts, man. And so I was raised, you stop, you look both ways, and you hurry up and get across the street. People like they dare you to hit them these days, man. That frustrates me. And I see that with young folks too. And I'm starting to see it a lot more with older people as well. But young folk, man, what are we teaching the kid? Man, get your ass across the street, man. That's something that I have been noticing. I don't know if people else, other places have been noticing that or have seen or dealt with that, but
Epidemic.
I'm seeing that more and more, bro, where people walk across the street at a leisure as though cars don't hurt or like you won't hit. People die every day, B. People die every day by getting their ass clipped, hit by a car. That just bothers me. I wanted to get that out while I was talking about learning the hard way, because I'm noticing that, man. People just walking across the street at a leisure like a car not coming at you. I don't care if you get hit by a car at 20 miles per hour. Try it and see how you feel.
Perry, I'm glad you said what you said. I think the hard thing for me and what I'm trying to teach my kids is sports isn't everything, right? Like for me, sports was everything. Like my whole identity was in me playing a sport. And what I'm trying to get my kids to understand is, the sport is what you do, it's not who you are. So if you're good at football, it doesn't make you like, oh, he's just a great no, like I'm a great kid. I'm just really good at football, right? Like you have to me, I never was taught that. And it's not no shock to my mom or anything. It's just because I was so engulfed in sports. Like that's just all I knew. And it wasn't like I was a dumb kid. It just I love sports. And I see it in my son. Like he loves football. Like he watches it, he studies the game, he asks me questions about it and stuff like that. But I always have to bring him back and say, remember, football is what we do, it's not who we are. Right. So I don't want your identity to be in that I'm as great football, because he hears it all the time and like playing flag football. He's like, oh man, that kid gonna be special. That kid gonna be he's special without football. And I don't want him to feel like Booby Miles. But well, dang, what? Hey, I can't play no football. What do I can't play football? It will eats at you, right? So having my son understand that football is an avenue and it's a road to get where you want to go is all I need him to understand. So when I talk to him, I don't talk to him in like a general, like a uber obsessed athlete. I talk to him in a rational way. Like he was asking me, Dad, like, he's like, he's talking about sports. I said, son, there's no such thing as pressure. I said, pressure is put on you when you're not ready for the moment. Pressure is put on you when you didn't study for a test. Pressure is put on you. I said, if you've prepared yourself for the moment, I said, win, lose, or draw, you're going to be ready for the moment. If you drop it, then you just drop the ball. And it can hurt. I said, what hurts is you let your team down. What hurts is you missed on an opportunity. I said, but at the end of the day, I said, what you prepare yourself for is what you're going to be ready. And there's no such thing as pressure. I said, so don't ever put the pressure on yourself like, oh, I got to be this, I got to be that. No, you've prepared every day. I said, that's why we do what we do. My son catches like 100 balls a day, like by himself. He'll just throw the ball up in his room and catches it 100 times, right? He does pull-ups. He does push-ups. Like he's preparing himself for the moment to where if my team needs me, they can count on me, right? But to have that, like I love what LeVar Ball is a dad that I think a lot of people should really study as a parent, because he would tell his son, he's like, it's a game of entertainment. Like he said, at the end of the day, he said, basketball is for entertainment. And that's what my sons are here to do. They're here to entertain. That's it. Right. So for me, football is the same thing. Like it's not the end all be all. My son's a great athlete. He's going to be able to do big things and great things, but it's just entertainment. That's what it is. That's what it comes down to. And they pay a lot of money for the entertainment.
I tell my son all the time, because my son is at the age, man, he loves trains. You want to have a conversation, just say the T word and it's over with. He'll go all day. You think we can go all day? He'll go. But I tell him all the time, man, if you put that same energy into everything else, bro, the world is, you can do whatever you want. And it's the same thing with sports, even with band, whatever, cheerleading. You could be on the chess team, whatever the hell the case may be. That implies for what it applies to whatever you do in life. When you find something that you put your energy to, you're teaching yourself how to have discipline, how to study for it, and how to practice for it.
Mm-hmm.
And in life, anything that you do, whether it's a job, whether you trying to get a driver's license, what you got to do? You got to study. You got to practice. If it's a test, you got to study. You got to practice. And the main thing is to always, especially with football is, and sports, basketball, baseball, gymnastics, whatever the case may be, even band, it's going to take the grades in order for you to play. Don't think you finna bring your ass out here and you're not doing what you're supposed to do in school because you so psyched out about the sport, but you're not psyched out about education. And I'm big on education because I realize, man, the mind is a terrible thing to waste. If you do not empower this, you can build all the muscles you want. Where it's going to get you.
Yeah.
Got to have this. And unfortunately, even for a lot of athletes, they may have all of that, but when they don't have this, they be broke. God gave them the ability, but they didn't use that ability to help themselves think for themselves and to grow mentally. And that's unfortunate for a lot of people because this is a hard conversation like what you just talked about, life after sports. When you've been that guy, when you've been that dude, that girl, whoever, and you done this stuff your whole life and everybody's always patted you on the back about being the best, the greatest, or you always put everything you had into it. And when it's all said and done and it's over, because trust me, for everybody,
all the time,
that point in life when it's over, and because you have never deviated to try to figure out something else, to try to take a step here, take a step there. That's why you got to coach your kids. You got to open their minds up to much more than being one track. You got to be open-minded to realize there's a whole world out here. And when you come to that end and you find out that's all I knew, now the rest of the world just looks crazy to you because you ain't never had a job. Because you've been doing sports your whole life.
Yep.
Adversity, you only dealt with it with sports. Now you don't know what it's like to go to a job interview and be turned down. You don't know what it's like to have to sit there the same way you went and did all them pull-ups, all that running, all of that practice. Now you got to sit there and do 1 million job applications. You got to prep yourself to even go in here and know how to talk to these people to get this job. And most of all, to dress. The way people these days don't even know how to dress for a job interview. You know, first impression is a lasting impression. So it's that world. And that's why I credit a lot of the coaches. Why Chennis Berry is one of my guys that I really do like, because he realized it's much more than the game. It's a mold. It's building character into men. And that's what makes the best coaches. That's what makes parents sometimes have no problem sending their child to a certain coach, because you're going to have some parents where they're just looking at the sport because they're stuck into the fame and what we can get right now. But it's beyond that. And I have this conversation all the time with Roger Kadar, Coach Kadar, a Hall of Fame baseball coach. He said, I never had a problem. I could always have good success if I got into the home and had a chance to talk to the mother, the grandparents, the father, because they knew at the end of the day, when they sent their child to me, they felt like I was going to be the father. I wasn't just going to be a coach. By the time that young man left me, he was going to be a man, and he was going to be prepared in life to be a citizen, to be a productive citizen, to be a father, to be whatever, because he always said in practice, he didn't talk about the game. We played that. We practiced that. We going to do that all day. But when it's time to sit down, take a knee, and it's time for me to speak, it was never about the game. It was always about life. And it would be something that when you're young, you go, what they always say, going one end after
the other.
But I like to call it applied knowledge. A lot of times you don't know how to apply that knowledge and it go over your head because you've never been in that situation. You never had that experience. And then we deal with it all the time when parents tell us things. And then when you get older, you be like, damn, my mom told me that.
Boy.
Damn, it makes sense now. Because now you're in the situation to apply it. And applied knowledge go a long way. You just need somebody to plant that seed. And the moment they plant that seed, it's like anything. It's a process. It may not grow overnight, but slowly it continues to grow. And then when the time is right, it blossoms. And that's how a thought process goes with knowledge. All you got to do is just keep putting it in their head. And if you put the right things in, that applied knowledge comes at the right time.
That's what it is. All right. Hey, P, what do you put on your hot dog? No Diddy.
Is this a trick question?
I'm serious. What do you put on your hot dog?
Well, you know, I fool with Chicago dogs, so I eat everything on it. Yeah. What
is everything?
I need onions. I need peppers. I need some relish, mustard.
Niggas acting bad, but somebody gotta do.
I've been waiting.
Myself up for that. I'm gonna give you that. I can't believe I fell for that one. You was just waiting on mustard. What if I would have never said it?
I would have been sad. Oh man, I've been waiting for that. Let's get into a little hot box. I was waiting to try to drop that. I was trying to figure out. I was like,
Where'd you get that? Why tonight? What got you on that one tonight?
oh, Kendrick dropped his album, man. What you talking about?
I haven't listened to it, so
Oh,
that's
you. Niggas talking bad, but somebody gotta do it. Gotta put up on their neck, but somebody gotta do it.
Didn't even know that song existed.
Oh man, you tripping?
Do you get any echoes from me?
A little bit, but not too bad. No, you straight though.
Okay.
All right. Wouldn't be FCS if we didn't talk a little attendance. Is that attendance or dent? Oh yeah, I spelled it wrong. My bad. Did I spell that right? No, I definitely didn't. Cause hold on. Cause it says a 10 days on the average of 10 days on the anyway. Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. All right, so this is your top things. Number 1 is Poho State. 2, Montana State, Tarleton State, and Alabama State are the top 5. Rounding out the rest of it, San Diego. Was that San Diego or South Dakota? I'm sorry, South Dakota State.
Better learn FCS schools, man. See, that's what I said. We be stuck in that bubble. We be like, what them other school? Who the hell is that other school?
Oh man, Southern Delaware, fam, North Dakota State, Norfolk State, and then 12 through 25 is this. All right, but the real question, P.
What?
Where them 12 fans at? They got so. They keep telling me, Scotty, we go to our game. We do. Y'all Bama's not even in the top 25. Y'all let McNeese beat y'all. Come on, man. What y'all talking about, man? What we talking about? But go ahead.
I don't know where PV at. PV ain't never been known for attendance.
But they get mad at me when I say 12 fans. But hey, to each his own.
I'm just, hey, you see Southern, we hanging in there, man. We still show up to games.
I see a lot of people hanging in there, but I keep trying to tell people 68% of your stadium being filled is ass. That is not good. That is not good. I don't know why people think that's so great. Like you can see Montana 102, Montana State 123%. That's crazy. Tarleton 79, Alabama State 70, Southern 64. But y'all gotta be better, man. Y'all see, fam, 86. 86%. That's showing up.
And it comes to who you playing them weeks too. Because I mean, look at Southern. We had Pine Bluff. How many wins they had when they came in here? 2, 3. We had Bethune-Cookman. How many wins they had when they came in here? 2, 3. The best game was Alcorn. You know, Savannah State. You know, Nichols. Nobody was up for that. So it matters when we talk about these games. Because think about Montana. They getting some big boy games up there. You know, you're going to get something in that Big Sky, top 25 matchup here and there, you know. So it matters a lot. Outside of homecoming for our schools, it matters a lot. The classics always skew this, though, because, you know, those classics bring in so many people. So when they talk about the SWAC leading the FCS, you add those classics in, man. Shit, one classic within itself.
Lord, it's out the water.
Then we added the Florida Classic along with the Magic City. Now, the Orange Blossom don't count. I mean, what they had, about as many people as Prairie View had at their game. So this year wasn't good, but you add in those classics. But nonetheless, man, hey, shout out to those fan bases that's showing up. Is Alabama A&M on there? I ask again. I say, is Alabama A&M in the building? You know what to get them in there? If Connell Maynard wasn't there, trying to compete for a SWAC East. Am I making some sense?
That makes logical sense.
That big, beautiful stadium. You telling me they not even on here? Texas Southern on this list.
Yeah, that's crazy. Prairie View's not even on this list, but Texas Southern's on this list. That's crazy.
Well, Texas Southern had a good year. They had both Southern, Grambling, and Jackson State at home this year. So,
Oh yeah, you can't beat that.
yeah, that helped them out. And that's why I say it's just certain times when you get those matchups, hey, it works for you. But where's Alabama A&M?
Can't be found. Couldn't
I always
even.
got to find a way to pull them in it because there's no way everybody tell me you got that big, beautiful stadium and you're not even cracking the top 25. Texas Southern, for God's sake, just cracked the top 25. I go to Houston to the soccer stadium when we go there and look around. Okay? Texas Southern cracked the top 25. Alabama A&M, where you at? We almost got to put them in that PV conversation.
Almost. I'm ready to put them in there today. Right now.
You got to now start switching that over to Alabama A&M and they
15 fans.
I give them 13 at least. Yeah.
Gotta hit them with that, Drew.
Hey, I just want to know where A&M go, where they at, man.
All right, next up on Hot and Viral. UAPB star, leading swag receiver Giovanni Gibson enters the transfer portal, and I'm gonna hit it with a no shit, Sherlock. Like, come on, man. Like anybody a mile away could have seen this coming. I mean, the kid is just too good to be at UAPB. It's facts. Like to me, his comp is Keon Coleman, like from Florida State. Like the kid is like that. Does he have things to work on? Absolutely. But this kid is a G5 low level P4 talent. I wouldn't be surprised if you see him at a La Tech or a Western Kentucky or a a Bowling Green. I mean, like he's going to get a lot of offers because the kid is like that. He just got to go to the right situation. He really does. Just go to the right situation and he can really make an impact. And I think he's a draftable kid. I wouldn't be surprised if he went to Colorado. I would not be surprised. I mean, I think he's on that Will Shepherd type of vibe. You know what I'm saying? Big body receiver, can run. So yeah.
Giovanni Gibson, you can always come to Southern, man. He from Louisiana. He from Opelousas, Louisiana, which is about 45 minutes to an hour from here. He can always come home if it don't work out. That's all I'm saying. You saying, man, but that's who we are. He go over there and realize maybe the grass ain't green on the other side. Or maybe
with y'all quarterback situation, the grass definitely ain't greener.
Well, we got time to figure that out. But nonetheless, it still would be a better team. He would have been headed to Jackson on December the 7th instead of talking about being in the portal this early.
He about to get a bag and you ain't got it. He about to get a bag and you ain't got it. That's really what it comes down to.
I'm just putting it out there. Giovanni Gibson, if anybody out there related to you, I know you're a Louisiana kid. This is my pitch. Hey, man, what do you say? Come on, Hustle and Flow. Come on home, man. Come on home, man. You can always come on home. We'll love to have you as a Jaguar. And this from Perry. I don't know about nobody else, but you could always come on home, man. There's always the door right there for you, man. You're going to get some love. And your family get to come to all your games. We right up the road. They can come tailgate, cook all that good Opelousas food, do all that good stuff. Come on home, man.
I don't know if he's an LSU kid. I don't think I'm not saying he doesn't have the potential to be. I just don't think right now. I think he's not. I don't think he's an LSU type of kid. But I mean, like I said, La Tech, ULL. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they come and try to come and grab him and snatch him up. But I could definitely see him go to Colorado though, for real.
I got a question.
What's up?
Let's size him up against Keyshawn Johnson that was at Alabama State. Tell me your analysis and looking at those two, because Keyshawn the few times we did see him touch the ball, he stood out. He was different.
I think Keyshawn's a better wide receiver than him.
Okay.
Yeah, Keyshawn Johnson's a better wide. The thing that's gonna get him over Keyshawn, that some people who evaluating him, is he's 6'3". You can't teach height. Keyshawn
I'll never forget when we played them last year at Bama State, and I saw him catch one pass, and he did. I literally went to BJ and everybody on the sideline like, who is that kid? Because, I mean, it just, the way he moved, you just know when a guy's special. It just stood out. I just wanted to know who he was. They're like, man, that's Keyshawn Johnson. Man, that dude stood out to me. Giovanni Gibson, he stands out let's see, how do I want to put it with him? When you put the ball in his hand, you just see his speed. You see how elusive he is. He's an elusive guy. And the fact that he had Mekhi Hagan to even showcase that when Keyshawn Johnson had who? Nobody. I could just see Keyshawn had he at least had Mekhi Hagan.
Woo, that's nasty.
You know.
Oh, he had Damon Stewart for the back half of the season. He had Demetrius Davis in the front, and then he had Damon Stewart on the back half. But to me, I think it's all about with certain receivers. It's all about the situation, and I think with Giovanni, the only issue that I'm a little hesitant is I don't like big guys who don't play big, right? And what I mean by that is Giovanni's not a go up and get it type of guy. Like he won't jump and just snag it over your head. He's not that type of guy. He's more of a, alligator arm type of guy, right? So I don't like seeing 6'2", 6'3" guys play like that. Keyshawn Johnson plays above your head. He can play on the ground. He can play above your head. No diddy. And I just feel like there's more versatility with him. But Giovanni Gibson has the potential to be a definitely a Sunday player. I mean, with the
I like it, and I hate UAPB couldn't keep him. I mean, like you said, no shit, Sherlock, but that's what you look for when you're trying to build a program. You want to try to do your best to keep those type of guys because that's a program builder. You bring him back next year, maybe add some pieces around. You start having people say, hey, I don't know, UAPB. I wouldn't say UAPB will win it, but I mean, it'll be like, hey, they building something there. Losing a guy like him, that just takes that one piece away that you was on that step of building up. It hurts, man. And that's what the transfer portal these days has done for our level of football. When you get this type of talent, I mean, he was at the University of Arkansas, Monticello, which is just south of Pine Bluff, the Boll Weevils. I mean, he worked his way up from D2 to play FCS. But when we get these guys and they showcase their talent, they move up. These are the guys, to me, that actually do better than you get those guys come from the FBS level with all that hype behind them that move and come down. What you think?
I agree with you. I like guys that go up. No, I like guys that matriculate up. No diddy. No diddy. I like the players that matriculate up and put the production as they go. So you can see that they at every level they're getting better, right? They're getting better at their craft. They're getting better as a wide receiver. And once again, like Signetti from Indiana said, production over potential any day of the week. And to have 1,200 yards with the let's be very clear, UAPB is not a good team. A bad O-line. They barely could run the ball. You know what I'm saying? It was literally Mekhi Hagan and Giovanni Gibson.
That's it.
And BJ Curry would come in there every now and again, right? So, to me,
we talked about this, and I hear Chennis Berry say it all the time. He said it this past week. They talked about the D2 guys coming up and may not being able to produce on the D1 level at the FCS, but there's some D2 ballers out there. I like to see us, instead of going to cherry pick, trying to go get out of that FBS level all the time. Hey, it's some great ballers on that D2 level.
Yeah.
We often overlook it because, look, we all understand how recruiting works these days. How many guys slip through the crack just like Giovanni Gibson, who come out of high school, in which the programs are looking at guys coming out of the transfer portal these days. Absolutely. And so you get a lot of those guys like he did, went D2, worked his way up and had an opportunity. We can't forget about those guys because a lot of good talent is being shipped to the D2 level and looking to come up instead of us going to those guys who had all of this and that about them in high school. Because it baffles me when we get a guy and he transfers to one of our schools and we still talking about him being a 4-star like he's still that 4-star athlete. He's not that 4-star athlete at all. Where he is now is probably down to a 1-star athlete in the grand scheme of things because he's dropped down that far. But you got to look at, because there's a lot of talent that slips through just like this kid right here that can be developed, that's at that Division II level, needing to work their way up, that got overlooked because they're coming out of high school. And we know these coaches these days are looking for the plug and play guys. And unfortunately, it hurts the developmental side because you can get a guy with the potential and develop him up. He has the raw talent. And I think he's a prime example of it. Just check out South Carolina State. They're a prime example of it and other programs. So I think as coaches in this league, start paying attention to the Division II guys as well and start pulling some of those guys because there are plenty of ballers on the D2 side that can come up and be able to be ballers on our level.
I agree with you. And to me, if I'm FAMU, I'm calling Mekhi Higgins. He's a redshirt junior, so he has another year. I'm calling him.
Hey, Mekhi Higgins, Southern, once again, here I am. Hey, the Jaguars, come on, baby. Look, anybody, don't have me on here. Hey, I actually, because I don't know if you would be with FAMU. I don't know what school you would be with. So, you talking about FAMU next year, shit. If Alabama A&M, matter of fact, if Prairie View go do something crazy with a head coach, you may just be over there.
If they get KJ Black, I told KJ, I said, if you go back to Prairie View, I said, I'll rock with y'all just because of you. I said, I ain't never rocking with Prairie View, period.
Well, I just don't know where you may go with it because, with a hire, it may just reel you in. But for me, hey, Mekhi Hagan, you can always come to Southern too. Hey, matter of fact, let's get the combo. Mekhi Hagan and Giovanni Gibson.
Man,
we got a defense for you, baby.
Come on, bro.
Listen, don't it sound good now?
That stop the foolishness.
Mekhi Hagan and Giovanni Gibson, come on to Southern. We would love to have you. We got a running back room. We got a defense. We done worked out the things that we needed with the O-line. We going to the ship right now, rotating 3 quarterbacks. Ain't none of them near 2,000 yards passing. No receiver near 1,000 yards receiving. Come be a part of the Jaguar Nation. We'd love to have you. Now, Perry White and I approve that message.
He's got 2,500 passing yards, 16 touchdowns, 6 interceptions with a bad O-line. That's not bad. I definitely think Mekhi Higgins is a G5 talent. It definitely high-level FCS talent. Like if he goes to Tennessee State, what?
You keep naming all these other schools. Where Tennessee State come from?
What?
Where'd you pull that one from?
Because they in the playoffs. That's where you want to be at.
Oh, you want to play for a championship and a possible celebration bowl?
I want to play for a backyard. My brother's in the backyard.
Here we go. I'm going to say on Southern right now. You know why? We play big games because Jackson State ain't the only one.
66-0.
What?
That's your big game, 66-0.
Who was that against?
Nichols.
That wasn't a big game. I'm talking about this weekend. You want to play on national television on NBC with millions of people watching? The Bayou Classic. They're going to be talking about you all across the country. You want to go to
it's the Pop Warner Classic. Them games don't matter.
Right now, let me finish my pitch, please.
Go ahead.
Because you throwing Tennessee State, FAMU. I'm talking about Southern. And the games. This is why we're different from there because we have the games, right? You come in the Bayou Classic, play in the Superdome in front of a national television audience in the biggest game out there on this level. You walk in that dome and see 70,000 folks cheering for you. On top of then the SWAC championship, you're going NBC, you're going ESPN, and then if we get to the Celebration Bowl, you got ABC. Come on, man. Tell me you wouldn't want that back to back to back.
Mekhi Higgins.
We offer that here.
Name the last quarterback that's been drafted from the SWAC. Don't worry, I'll wait.
As good as they are. Who?
Name the last quarterback that's been drafted from the SWAC, Mekhi Higgins. Don't worry, I'll wait.
Mekhi Hagan, I mean, hey, bro, I just talked about life after football. We got a good education program here at Southern, too. Football ain't everything, Mekhi Hagan and Giovanni Gibson. Let us come educate you and get you prepared for life, too, baby. Hey, don't let Scotty lead you down when you graduate from wherever you're thinking about going, and then you like, what do I do now? We got a good networking system with our alumni federation as well. We can hook you up. We'll find something for you, baby. Come on to Southern.
Okay.
You don't like that?
I don't see why I wouldn't go. If he called me and asked me, I'd be like, don't do that.
Why? That's why he's not going to call in that.
That's not with that offense. Yeah. No. So you can hand the ball off 20, 30 times? Come on, man.
Do what you got to do. You got to go to the quarterback room like that.
Don't do it.
Thank you, baby.
Don't do it, Mekhi.
That combo with our run game? Shit. And we got tight ends too.
Go to Trey. Go to SC State. go anywhere other than.
I'm trying to keep him in the black collar. I thought we was here to promote.
I said Trey Oliver.
They got whoever they got. I don't care.
They
got
play a better out of conference schedule.
They got whoever they.
They actually care about out of conference games.
Don't nobody be watching them, no. That's what I'm saying. These kids want to go somewhere where they're gonna be seen, where they're gonna be loved, where you go. Somebody gonna actually.
They're not gonna get seen by playing Power 5 competition, Power 4.
When last Power 4 game you watched?
Oh, I don't care about Power 4 like that.
I'm just asking when's last Power 4 game. Well, besides Boise State,
white people watch.
Barely watching it.
Well, I mean, I watched the Ole Miss game against Florida. I watched that.
Hold on, we talking Power 4. I'm thinking Group of 5. My bad.
Oh no.
My bad. Yeah.
No.
Oh yeah, Power 4. But I mean, you're gonna be overshadowed by a lot going on in that game. Come on, you come here, you could be a superstar at Southern. We remember our icons at Southern. Folks remember folks.
He ain't loyal. He the one that sent me the T-set tape. He the one that sent me the T-set tape.
T-set ain't got to be feel betrayed. You practice hard, you play hard, and you put out the results. What coaches tell you, Scotty? I'm always looking for your replacement. It don't start and end with you. It can end with you if you don't get yourself prepared and ready. I don't have no problem with T-set and none of those guys, but if I can always go out and find a guy who's a 2,000+ yard passer in the SWAC, shit, I'd take him on a team that won 3 games. Jeremy Musa barely had 2,000 yards passing.
That's fair. Let me see what Musa had. Let me see. I think he had 3,000.
Did he?
Let me see. Yeah, he 2,800.
And Mekhi Hagan right there on his heels.
22 touchdowns, 9 interceptions.
Hey, come on, Giovanni. Come on, Mekhi. You come on to Southern. You want to stay in the SWAC? You want to see this? I know they went around the SWAC and saw what it could be like. They came to Baton Rouge.
They got the same completion percentage, 50%.
And what can make it even better, they watched us celebrate the win the SWAC West. On them. Next time you can be on the other side of that field and you can be celebrating with us. This week you can be playing in front of a national audience on NBC in front of a dome of 70,000 people. You
that are not watching the game. Trust me when I tell you, they are barely watching the game. They do all the other stuff.
Who?
Damn it at the Bayou Classic.
You not gonna be watching it this weekend?
Hell no.
Not you not watching your Grambling.
No, I ain't watching. I have the last time I watched the Bayou Classic, I was actually at the stadium. Other than that, that game is horrible. It's been horrible the last 3 years.
Why you not gonna watch it?
Because it's been horrible.
You just watch it for the views, man.
Oh,
you watch a lot of horrible football.
Oh my God.
You watch a lot of horrible football. Don't start that. You watch a lot of horrible football. Do you not?
I'm watching the playoff. I'm watching the D2 playoff games. That's what I'm watching.
All right.
That's some good football.
Well, scout some of them and send them to Southern. Scotty gonna be scouting this weekend for me. He gonna send me, hey, you seen this kid? Yeah, we're gonna get him on the Southern too.
Yeah. I'm not watching no Pop Warner Classic. Y'all try to make them up.
You gotta stop all that, man.
That game has been bad for the
Thank you, Bart.
That game has been bad for the last 3 years, for real.
Well, we back on top now, so.
No, it matters.
It matters.
Niggas acting bad, but somebody gotta do it.
Come on!
Good week by you. Really good week.
You know
I like to have got away with it. What he said, I would have got away with it if it wasn't for you pesky kids on Scooby-Doo. Them damn cousins of ours.
They got the best of us.
Hampton and then I went against Tennessee State. So
yeah, I went with the Blacks. I said, you know what? I'm gonna ride with the Blacks this week.
Yeah.
Well,
almost messed up and went with that other black. You almost went with Alcorn, didn't you?
Boy, listen, God was tapping me on my
those suspensions.
God was tapping me on my shoulder and saying, don't do that. Don't do that. They not there yet.
Good week for you.
Yeah, real. Yeah. You know, we went undefeated in the SWAC. We're undefeated in the MEAC.
We did.
But
Killed me right there. Them damn cousins. God, dog.
Oh man, shout out to Tennessee State, shout out to Eddie George, man. Big time win for the program, big time moment. And appreciate y'all for getting me the one up. I needed that one up. I did. I appreciate it.
That helped him out.
Woo!
Still on top.
Boy, it's coming down to the wire.
Man, this is I like this. This is like some fantasy football shit. when you got that one guy, you just like, come on, bro.
I just need 10 points. Give me 10. I just need 10 points. Listen.
Saquon Barkley came through for me last night in fantasy football, dude. Showed his ass. No diddy. But hey, here I am. I'm still on top. It's coming down to the wire, literally.
Coming down to the wire. I thought I was over last week because I was like, I had a horrible week. I was like, I'm just this week I actually really didn't care. Like that's how I felt because I was just like, man, I'm just picking. I don't care. I'm just picking. But now I care again because now it's close.
I'm right there, man. I'm happy, bro.
Hey, you know what time it is?
What happened to that boy? What happened to that boy? What happened?
Just let that sit there for a minute. Somebody go get G and bring him in here right quick. Go find him. Just let it sit there right there for a second, Scotty. Hold on.
I think he did.
Just let that marinate for him right quick.
I think he's doing a show right now.
Somebody probably like, hey, bro, he finna get a screenshot real quick. Just let that sit there and marinate for him right quick.
Oh,
God.
What happened to that boy? What happened to that boy? What happened to that boy?
Oh man,
that's a tough one, Scotty.
It's a tough one. It's a tough one.
Yeah.
I don't think has McNair ever gone out like that.
Ask G because he got him drinking like a damn wino. Shit. He got some troubles in his life, man. And this is what he wanted.
That
he asked for this.
He did.
I mean, he preached, he hollered, he yelled, he screamed. He even sent them the message on the pigeon. He wanted this. This is what he asked for.
Sure enough.
And got his ass sitting there drinking like that. Jesus Christ. Jackson State was handing out free ass whoopings.
Hey, they said paddle in hand. What you want? How you want?
What Unc say? Well, damn.
Well, damn.
This is a well, damn moment. We're ready to jump into it.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, I didn't know how much you look. I'll let that sit there all night because, hey, when all corn down like that, boy, hey,
you like the bass, get it.
Hey, that's a good country ass whooping right there, boy. Them city folks said, hey, not so fast. Not so fast. All right. Jackson State versus Alcorn, the Soul Bowl over on the reservation in Lorman, Mississippi. If you missed the exit, you just missed the school, and you know it if you ever been there. Scotty, you been there that one way in and one way out?
Yeah, that thing tough. That thing
beautiful
tough.
Beautiful grass.
Dog, they spend so much money on cutting grass. I don't care what nobody said. That cutting grass bill got to be crazy.
Yeah, it got to be crazy.
That landscape bill got to be crazy for real, bro.
48-10 was this score. It was 27-7 going into halftime. Alcorn in this one, 5 of 16 on third down. Scotty, only 289 total yards of offense, 113 yards passing, 176 on the ground, 11 penalties for 100+ yards in this one, man. Just undisciplined in this ball game. 2 turnovers, a fumble, and an interception on the other side for the ones handing out the ass whoopings. Jackson State Tigers, your SWAC East Division champions, 494 total yards of offense, 211 yards in the air, 283 on the ground, and they played a pretty damn good game. No turnovers. Jacoby and Morgan in this one, 12 of 20 for 211 yards, 2 touchdowns. Irv Mulligan, my favorite running back in the SWAC. Look, I like Southern's back. I even like Donovan England up at Alabama A&M, but Irv Mulligan, man, is that dude. 14 carries, 105 yards rushing, and 2 touchdowns. And even Fortillion, who had been quiet for a while, stepped up in this one. 4 receptions for 91 yards and a touchdown. Xavier Vaughn on the other side, 11 of 20, did everything he thought he could possibly for 94 yards passing and an interception. Trey Lawrence also in this game 4 of 7 for only 15 yards. Jacorian Sewell, 15 carries, 122 yards and a touchdown. And then Vaughn also with 7 carries for 20 yards. It wasn't enough. I mean, Jacorian tried everything he could, but just couldn't keep up with the Tigers as they handed out that free ass whooping up in Lorman, Mississippi. That thing started to empty out in the third quarter as they was saying JSU, yelling, chanting all over it. I heard the bands was quiet. It just didn't have that old school back and forth feel. Jackson State flexed and came out of there 48-10 and left my man G stressing and trying to figure out what can he go from here.
Dog, who can you run to? Like, for real, like, what makes this so bad is how bad they just look. Like, there's nothing about this team that you can say that you can hang your hat on, right? Like, FAMU, you can be like, you know what? They got good tight ends, great skill players. Alabama State, great defense, rough at the quarterback position. There's nothing about this team, and what I mean, like, I don't want to be disingenuous. I think Malachi Bailey's good, and I think Sewell is good, but everybody else, I don't know what do you do? Where do you go? How does this even work? I mean,
I need all the JSU fans that's in here right now, fill the chat with 4810. Just if you JSU, just I want to see in the comments 4810. What JSU at? Because I know let's see 4810. Just fill the chat if they in here 4810. Put it in the comment.
Well, it's a members only chat, so if they ain't a member, you ain't gonna see it.
Well, some of them members. Put that 48-10. Let me see that 48-10.
Might be about 4 or 5 of them.
Yep. But, that 48-10 to roll in right now. Look, they are relishing this one. That was a good one though by Jackson State, man. I didn't see this one coming. I thought it was gonna be a little bit closer, but not at all.
Yeah,
they won't get this one.
That's tough. Yeah, that for me, at the end of the day, I think you have to look at what they're trying, what they have built, and I just don't see. Again, you can call this their TC Taylor year to where they'll figure it out in year 2, but as of right now, this is a big hill to climb, man, because they just look bad. They just look bad. And
I gotta give a shout out to Zoe. You remember when we had that conversation in the spring, and Zoe was sitting doing his job.
And doing his job, yeah.
Hey, he was delivering the gospel that day. Mel wasn't the only thing he was delivering. He delivered some truth that day. That's Negro Dumbest, because he saw this before it ever was going to happen. And he went through that schedule. He called it, except for that ULM game. He said they was going to beat them. But aside from that, he said they was going to lose to Grambling. And he was like, if there was one that they was going to possibly lose, it was this one. They didn't lose it, but he pretty much called that schedule. I got to give that shout out to Zoe, man. He sat here on us, sat here with us, and you was laughing at him, and I kept telling him, hey, let him talk, let him cook. And he damn sure cooked it up the right way, man. He got them straight up to this point. So, Zoe, wherever you at, man, I got to give you a shout out to this one, man. You called it on that one, man. You sat right there and told us about this, and it went just the way he said it. Aside from that ULM game, it literally went the way Zoe said.
FAMU should have won.
Let that go.
I'm going to just leave it there. I'm going to just leave
Let that go.
I'm gonna just leave that.
You seen He Got Game? Have you seen He Got Game?
Of course, who hasn't seen He Got Game? Come on.
You remember he say, "Son, get that hate out your heart, or you just gonna end up another nigga just like your father." Scotty, let that go. Okay.
Yeah, we should have won that game.
Giselle told that famous line.
If we never had that white man as the offensive coordinator, we win that game.
Jesus, it was cool when you kept saying they was the better team after that Jackson.
They
loss.
were.
I'm not gonna go there with you tonight.
They were.
I do not want to go there with you.
It was. I mean, damn. They after the Jackson game and they lost. It was nothing. They felt like it was nothing else to play for.
I don't even want to go there with you tonight.
They had nothing else to play for. If they win that Jackson game, we run the table. And
you didn't have a problem with that white man up until the end.
Yeah, because he wasn't showing it. He wouldn't. I did have a problem with him in South Carolina State though. I did say South Carolina State though. But yeah, because we were just getting by. And Daniel Richardson was getting us by.
Now you just getting by.
We were.
I wasn't hearing we just getting by at that time when FAMU was in this top 5 best team. They was this, they was that.
They were national champs, reigning. Where else were they gonna be?
I don't want to do this with you tonight. We've been doing this for 2 straight weeks. I am over. FAMU ass is at home. They are at home while the rest of us still got shit to do on Saturdays. Thank you.
You know what you about to make me do? You about to make me come back next year just to root for FAMU.
Please do.
Just for FAMU. December, no other team, just for FAMU.
Please do. And I'll sit right here on you and go back and forth with you because that white man ain't going.
I ain't talking no other team but FAMU. I mean, you can talk Southern, of course, but you know.
Did they let the white man go?
What white man go?
The white man.
Oh yeah, he gone.
Oh, he gone.
He ain't calling no more plays.
But did they fire him?
So this is word in the street. So word in the street is he's been gone for the whole week and he just came back to practice this week. That white privilege is something else. That white privilege is something else. Word in the street is he just up and left. He didn't tell Cozy. This is all, you know, he say, she say. Cozy went up to him, was like, hey man, you know, they said he looked at him, got his stuff, and walked clean out, didn't say nothing to Cozy, wasn't at practice for the rest of the week, didn't go to the game or nothing. He gonna show up at practice on Monday. He gonna show up on practice on Monday. That white privilege is real.
Would you say you had anything to do with him walking out? Did you stir that up, that incident?
No, he deserved it. Listen, what Martin say, don't let the door hit you with a good Lord split you. Like, you got to go. Got to go.
Well, fam, you're going to be sitting at home until next year. And if you don't come back, who they got?
They got Mr. Campbell.
Oh.
I'm just listen.
Who they got?
I'm gonna just come back for fam, man. What I would do is I would see how the recruiting class look.
Oh, now what you gonna do is, I tell you, man.
I'm gonna see how the recruiting class looking like, and then if it's interesting, I might just slide on back just for a couple shows, and then slide on out again. That's all right.
I just want who they playing. Anybody? You an inside? Who they got their first game next year?
I don't know who they got, but I know they got South Carolina State at South Carolina State.
Oh, you want to come back and do a show for that? Because
I might just.
I feel like that outcome gonna be totally different.
They ain't gonna have Eric Phoenix.
I don't care. Chennis Berry look like he can find anybody.
You can't just find anybody.
He found them guys at D2. And everybody was like they was some nobodies. And he told everybody at that press conference, y'all didn't believe.
But then we beat them.
Who?
FAMU. Didn't we beat them?
You did.
Okay.
That's all you got.
Okay. All right. We beat them though.
Oh, now you the champion because you beat them.
I'm just saying what we beat them.
Oh shit, that's a typical FAMU crowning yourself champion for nothing. Like what he used to say on you watch Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
All hail Prince Vegeta, Prince of Nobody.
I'm just saying we beat them though. We beat them.
Sure.
The only one of the blacks to do so.
Good job.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll be very clear about that.
You did beat them. I can't take that away from you.
We beat you.
Huh?
What?
I didn't hear what you said.
I said, and we beat you.
Excuse me?
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Breaking up a little
bit.
Yeah,
and we beat you too.
Beat who?
You.
Huh? Come again?
Hey, yeah.
You could have beat me. You beat Southern and South Carolina State. Your ass still at home.
It's okay. It's all right.
You can beat Southern and South Carolina. Good participation.
It's all right.
And y'all lost to Valley.
Yeah, that still stings.
Who else has Valley beat this year?
Yeah, that's tough.
Fam, you
Yeah, that's tough. Yeah.
You'll see it again next year.
That's tough. I ain't gonna lie.
You can beat Southern. You can beat South Carolina.
It was
State,
that white man though. That white man was sabotaging us the whole time.
Man,
you didn't know it though. It was that white man. It's that white man syndrome, bro. It was.
Here you go.
It was sabotaging us, man. I'm just telling you.
You sound like every time they want to bring up Rocky Marciano.
He's a cancer. He was a cancer.
But they ain't fire him, though.
They should have. That's
He
all.
still ain't fired. The Florida Classic over.
Yeah.
It's all well in Rattler land now.
No, he's definitely not. No, it's not all well. He's gonna be gone. He better be gone. I never see somebody could just leave their job for a week. No notice, no PTO, no nothing, and come back and be like, "If nothing happened." Nah. Come on.
You real life gonna be cheering for FAMU next year, dude?
I'm gonna look at.
I think it's time to get out. Willie Simmons is gone. You see what life is like after Willie Simmons.
Harry Bird's gonna get him back right.
I think it's time to go.
We still beat y'all. You act like we. Come on, man. Stop playing with us, bro.
Like what?
Stop playing with us. Like we
acting like what?
Like FAMU scrubs or something, bro.
They lost to Valley. That's a scrub. They number one on your hit list. They number one.
North Cat is my number one.
Yeah, now. Because you know why? Valley finally got a D1 win.
Oh, yeah, that's facts. Yeah.
And guess who it was against?
Yeah, that's true.
I'll wait. Who?
Hey, you know, it be like that sometimes.
Huh? Boy, get off that FAMU train while you ahead.
No,
find somebody else to cheer for.
I'm good. We gonna ride it back next year.
Why are you so committed to FAMU though? I never asked you this. Why FAMU? I get it when Willie Simmons was there, but Willie gone. Willie gone. That need to be on the shirt. FAMU, Willie gone.
Not too far to beat y'all.
You beat us. But I'm still going to the championship.
There's a lot of people in here talking that they got L's.
Yeah. Y'all won. Yeah. I'm still going to a championship. Willie gone.
Championship.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I swear, had FAMU been going, you would have been talking cash money.
Of course. Who wouldn't?
Yeah.
But you wouldn't have beat us, just like you ain't. So you wouldn't have been saying nothing.
If the championship was against Valley, I guess Valley the swag damn champion.
They would have been, but they not.
Celebration Bowl. Valley the Black College National Champion.
And Jack State's y'all kryptonite. So what we talking about?
And the fact that y'all lost to PV after you talk, PV beat y'all with 12.
Yeah, that one I'm not worried about. That one I'm not tripping.
Now you're not worried about losing.
No, I'm not tripping about that because we lost our quarterback. The Valley one is worse to me because you had everybody. But again, it was the white man. So you don't be listening, Perry.
That's
the white man.
I don't know how all of a sudden the white man was the problem when
y'all beat South Carolina State
and you beat Southern. The white man wasn't the
problem.
Next
week we come back and put 40 on Bethune. The white man, Perry. The white man, my brother.
The white man was obviously good. You say y'all beat South Carolina State and Southern. I ain't hear nothing about no.
That was Daniel Richardson overshadowing the white man.
Jesus Christ.
That's what I'm trying to tell you, but you're not listening.
Why are you on this FAMU train for real, though?
I like FAMU. FAMU doesn't do nothing. FAMU would treat me right. FAMU treats me right. I get love from FAM. I like FAM.
So you ain't never gonna switch. You FAMU forever now.
No, I'm not FAMU forever. Nah,
sound like.
Nah. Now if they give me an honorary degree, I'm cool. I'll be FAMU.
Ain't giving you no honorary degree.
I think honorary degree.
They not gonna do that.
They could. You never know. It can happen.
Mr. Campbell gonna send you that link to online classes and say, "Hey, Scotty, just go ahead, take a couple classes. Come on,
dog. Listen. I'm gonna get with the AD. She got all the in and out. You know,
gotta earn it in these HBCU streets.
First of all, let me tell you something. I ain't about to earn nothing because I'm so listen to me, P. Listen to me very carefully. As soon as I hear paper, my body just shuts down. So I know I cannot write. Like I don't care about no Chat GPT. I don't care about none of that. I do not like to write. So if
now you can type.
Huh?
You can type now. You ain't gotta write.
I don't like papers. Papers shut me down. Like my body.
Got paper no more. It's digital now. Everything's digital. You email your assignment. You go to you submit your assignments now.
I still have to put the words in the document, P. That's what I'm saying. I hate doing that.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, like we talked about at the beginning of the show. If you put that same energy that you put into this show and you put that into your schoolwork, boy, you're gonna be something. Like you'll have a damn doctoral degree.
I'm gonna have an honorary. That's what I'm gonna have. And you know what? I've been setting up connections. It's either coming from FAM or it's coming from Claflin, but I'm getting me an honorary degree. Okay, I'm gonna get me an honorary degree.
I'll put some bets over unders on you getting that honorary degree. FAM, you ain't gonna do it.
I don't care who do it. It could be Talladega. I don't give a damn.
Talladega will get you one. That's
cool.
what you're yelling at.
I don't care who give me an honorary degree. I just need one. I don't care who it come from. I would like for it to come to FAM. I mean, from FAM. Or I'd like for it to come from Claflin. But
an honorary degree saying what?
That I got a degree.
You'll have to switch your whole game up then. I mean, you would damn near have to just do a whole FAMU just nonstop weekly show.
What you mean?
Like to put yourself an honorary degree from FAMU, like it's like to get that, it's gonna be like, what have you done for us?
I exposed the $237 million. That was me.
I thought Roland Martin did that.
Shit, fuck no. Roland Martin didn't expose nothing.
And you know they'll fool around and give him an honorary degree.
That was me. I did that.
I thought it was
that goal. What?
It wasn't Roland, it was you.
It was me.
Yeah.
Now the Howard dude, he wrote the article like that, but I broke it all down.
That's why I don't think they're gonna give you. You put them in the national spotlight. You heard them. They lost the press.
I made them better. I tried to get them up. Come on, man. Like, what are we talking about? Like, I was.
They don't have an AD. They lost the AD.
I got her up out of there. Look, FAMU people should be celebrating. I done got them a bad AD up out of there. I got them. I saved them from the $237 million fake check. I did. What?
You single-handedly went in there with a match and was like, I'm finna burn this motherfucker to the ground.
No.
And you did that.
No, listen. A match can be used to set a fire to protect you, or it can be to destroy you. I was trying to do a signal. Like, I'm out here doing smoke signals like, hey, this girl is not a good AD. Hey, that $237 million is a scam. That was me.
Well, FAMU, I hope y'all hear him. He obviously y'all number one fan. I don't get it, but he obviously like y'all. But he gonna come back to reality once FAMU without Willie. Reality starting to hit. Willie gone. Get that on the shirt. Willie is gone. It ain't gonna hit the same no more.
Okay, we'll see. We'll see. Well, listen, we shall see. All right, let's get to the Week 13 game recap. UAPB loses a close one to Texas Southern. What you got on the P?
UAPB, hey. My man Charlie Neal called this game. I had him on the radio on 99.3 up in Pine Bluff because every time he comes to Pine Bluff, he hits me up and say, hey, where to eat? And anybody ever been to a UAPB game up in Pine Bluff, you know it's legendary to get you a turkey leg. That's what I can remember being young, going to those games. Ain't nothing like unwrapping that foil and just seeing that turkey leg sitting right there in your face, man. It's memorable. You will never forget it. So I made sure my man Charlie Neal got him a turkey leg. They took a picture of him. He was grinning and smiling. So shout out to the people up there at UAPB and my man Charlie Neal finally getting a turkey leg, but it didn't work out. Should have gave Texas Southern a turkey leg after this one. 31-23, the victory for the Tigers as they end the season. This game was 10-7 at halftime. UAPB was up. The Golden Lions finished this game, and unfortunately, they finished the season without the win because if you can recall the last year, this was their only Division I win on the season on the road at Texas Southern. But the Golden Lions, 275 total yards, 162 yards passing, 113 on the ground on the other side for the Tigers of Texas Southern, 389 total yards, 169 in the air, 220 on the ground. UAPB had 4 turnovers in this ball game, Scotty, 3 interceptions and a fumble, 2 interceptions for Texas Southern. Mekhi Hagan, 9 of 18, only 94 yards and an interception. Javonte Gibson in his last game in the Golden Lion uniform, and I hate to see him go for the Golden Lions, 4 receptions, 55 yards, and he scored a touchdown. On the other side, Jace Wilson for the Tigers, 15 of 19 for 169 yards, a touchdown and 2 interceptions. And that's all I got is both these teams in the season. Texas Southern 5-6 on the season, 4-4, 500 in conference play. On the other side for the Golden Lions, they added 2 more wins than what they had the year before. 2-6 in conference play, 3-9 overall on the season as it comes to an end.
Oh, man, upward and onward, as they say. Upward and onward. All right, Prairie View and Alabama State. Listen, you're talking about a defensive battle, offensive struggle. Alabama State pulls it out 9-6. What you got, Pete?
You had to really love football to watch this one because this was not entertaining. When you look at defense, It was 6-6 at halftime before Prairie View, for Alabama State got that extra field goal in the fourth quarter. Look at these teams. Alabama State went 3 of 13 on third downs in this game, 230 yards of offense, 71 yards passing. That's better than that 4 previously the week before against Jackson State. They had 159 yards on the ground rushing. On the other side for the Panthers, 197 yards of total offense, 122 yards passing, 75 yards rushing. Turnovers in this one, 3 by way of the Panthers, 2 fumbles and an interception, and two turnovers for Alabama State, a fumble and an interception for them. Jaden Johnson for Prairie View, 13 of 23 for 122 yards and an interception. And then Daquan Kinsey, 21 carries, 93 yards rushing in this one. I don't have much for you. Shout out to the field goal kickers getting it done in this one.
That's what's up. Real quick question, P, before we move on. Bubba out as a head coach. What's your thoughts and your opinions?
I think if you want to move forward as a program, this was what they say, the straw that broke the camel's back. It felt good to beat FAMU. It felt good to beat Grambling in 5 overtimes. But I just think the expectation, it was heartbreaking. And once again, Lionel, I'm going to blame this one solely on you. Pull it out. This is why Bubba got fired.
Niggas second bad, but somebody gotta do it. Got my foot up on the.
That's why he got fired right there. We didn't make them shirts. Who made them shirts?
PV versus everybody. Lionel.
Yeah, that's why Bubba got fired right there. The expectation. They had been quiet before then, right? It was just like if PV just so happens to get there, then they get there. But putting that expectation, you know what you did? You put an unwanted target on your back, and people showed you. You lose the Alcorn. Then you fool around and lose to Bama State.
And UAPB.
And UAPB on a Friday night. And a lot of people watched that game.
I was tuned in.
I was too. I was texting Tiffany Green as the game was going on, like, oh my God, what the hell is happening up there in Pine Bluff? And look, they get you out of there. So I think now it's time for Prairie View. If they want to move in the right direction, they gave that a chance. They gave Bubba a chance. I mean, Bubba, I think, did as much as he could do. He maxed out, and you cannot go to a SWAC championship the year before and then show up like this. And I just think showing up like this was not good. This is not the momentum that you need to build. I mean, even Southern being down, firing the coach, didn't come back the next year. I mean, we still been in positions, but just looking at where they was at, I think it was time. The question is that I saw that they said they want a national search. I want to see what that national search looks like for Prairie View. And what really can corral a fan base to get them behind Prairie View football.
They got fans? I didn't know they had fans.
I think they'll have them if they can get somebody to win.
I guess.
They showed up. I remember that year they played the SWAC championship in Jackson. What was that, 2021?
Yeah, 2021.
Hey, they showed up. I was surprised. Like,
that was a good game. That was a really good game. That was a really good game.
Where did purple people come from? So they showed up. They got fans, man, when you win something. Dooley was able to pull the fans out.
Yep, couldn't get the wins out, though. All right, FAMU pulls out a close one.
How about I just let you break this down? I just let you take this one over.
FAMU pulls it out 41-38 over the Hale Wildcats, a Little Bill. Thad Franklin goes for 26 carries, 195 yards, and three tutties. HBCU Player of the Week. The white man was holding them down offensively. Then on top of that, you talk about a team that couldn't rush. We never rushed a touchdown pretty much all season. We got 4 in one game. White man, again, trying to hold us back. Kelvin Dean goes for 14 carries, 103 yards, and a touchdown. I believe D. Rich went for an interception and 194, 184, 185, something like that. Anyway, Cam Ransom for Bethune-Cookman, 11 of 21, 196 yards, a touchdown, and interception. Dennis Palmer, freshman, man, went absolutely bonkers. 37 carries, 178 yards, 3 tubs. Listen, I know people saying no defense was played. You're absolutely right. We going to get that black man up out of here right after the Alabama A&M game. And we going to retool and be back on top. Wrong button. Come on, man.
Willie gone.
Thank you, Blue. They rushed for more touchdowns in this game than they did the past 10. The white man was holding us back. I'm trying to tell y'all.
Willie is gone. That's from now on. Every time you bring up him, Willie gone. That's it. He gone.
Order is restored. FAMU.
What?
Order is restored. FAMU.
Because you beat Bethune-Cookman?
Dog, I know you're not talking with your Pop Warner Classic with Grambling. I know you're not talking.
But at least we won the West.
And you didn't win the West last year.
FAMU was
when
just
you was
trying
playing the Pop Warner Classic and nobody wanted to watch that game.
FAMU was just trying to hope that they don't lose.
Come on.
Boy, you
funny.
lose Bethune-Cookman.
People want to act brand new, like y'all just went in the Pop Warner Classic and neither one of y'all mattered. Come on, man. Let's not do this.
Well, how does it feel?
Let's not do it.
Well, how does it feel?
It feels different because we got a national championship ring. How does it feel when you don't got one?
We do got national championship. Southern, you act like Southern never won a national championship.
You haven't won a Celebration Bowl. You have not.
Well, we have not.
Well, you haven't.
Well, you still lost the Valley.
And
your ass is gonna be at home this weekend.
Okay.
And next weekend.
Okay.
And the weekend after that.
And then you'll be joining us real soon. Getting your plans ready for Christmas. 1, 2, 3, Cancun.
That's exactly. They ain't going to Cancun. They in Florida. They ass going to Destin or some damn where Pensacola Beach. They ain't going no damn Cancun.
Well, we'll see what y'all doing. We'll see what it look like
I'm
on
going to New Orleans.
Yeah, we'll see.
And then I gotta go to Mississippi.
Damn sure not going to Atlanta.
You don't know that.
Okay.
We'll wait till we cross that bridge.
It's like Lake Pontchartrain. That's a long bridge.
We'll wait till we get there. I see you know your geography. You paid attention when you was down here, huh?
Yeah, that bridge is long as a crap. About to journey y'all for the Celebration Bowl. Anyway, NCCU, Del State's on you.
Boy, I tell you, haters gonna hate when they gotta sit at home and sip their tea and watch us. All right, the Eagles of North Carolina Central. What game? Should I even get in here? Trey Oliver.
His
team goes and I guess I don't like this term, belt to ass, but that's exactly what happened right here. Delaware State had nothing. Delaware State now 0-5 in conference play. I'm not even going to go through the stats. It was just Trey Oliver and North Carolina Central's day as they were all over. They end the season, and I thought with them adding style points that maybe this was going to give them an opportunity to get into the FCS playoffs. Unfortunately.
Hell no.
Unfortunately, they did not get into the FCS playoffs, but big way to win. You remember I said in the beginning of the year when we was doing this, disappointing team? This is disappointing to see North Carolina Central not going into postseason for the second consecutive year. It is disappointing because both times it has literally been one team to knock them off track. Last year it was Howard. This year is South Carolina State. That's disappointing when you look at the past 2 years. This is a team that we thought should be playing in the Celebration Bowl, and yet they're going to be sitting at home watching the Celebration Bowl.
I think it's just the setup of the MEAC. I mean, when you got 5 games, listen, again, you're paying Chinnisberry $300,000 to win 5 games. I'm sorry. And 3 of those games are gimmies. 3 of the games are gimmies. So literally you only got to show up for 2 of them. It's ridiculous. Like they need a MEAC championship. You got to run it back with NCCU. I don't care what nobody says. A rematch with NCCU and Howard last year would have been a good game. And a rematch with NCCU and South Carolina State this year would have been a great game. So to me, at the end of the day, that 5-game series is trash. You got to get a MEAC championship in there of the rematch. You just got to, man. You just got to. To me, because at the end of the day, you're still, would you technically be able to? You'll still be able to go to the playoffs. Yeah, because it's before the playoffs, so you can still have a possibility of getting to the playoffs. So, yeah, that's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. I don't like that. They need a MEAC championship. They really do. Period.
MEAC championship is going to knock whoever out the playoffs. How you gonna get to the playoffs with a MEAC championship? The
Well,
championship would have to play this past week.
the playoffs start next week?
The playoffs start this upcoming weekend.
Oh, yeah. You're right. Yeah.
So you would have to push your regular season, your conference schedule before Halloween this time. They normally start after Halloween.
So yeah, so you just take away you just take it out of well, take off VUL, Virginia Lynchburg, and all them weak ass games, them weak ass teams they put on, slide it up, and then do a MEAC championship.
The rest of the teams won't, they'll be done a whole week before everybody else.
No, this week would have been their MEAC championship.
But the rest of the teams wouldn't have played that final week of regular season. Week 13 is the final week, so that means the rest of the conference would have to be done on week 12.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Take out the Virginia Lynchburg game and move the conference game up. So that last out of conference game, you just make that to start the week of conference.
That's not going to be fair to everybody else. You sitting at home week 12 and there's plenty of football. That means you're going to be at home mid-November.
No. Listen, week 13 for them would be the MEAC championship. Week 12 for them would be the last game. If you're not, it's no different than the SWAC right now. The only games are these weird classics on Thanksgiving. That's it.
But they at least finished on week 13. Everybody had a chance to actually finish on the last regular season weekend. If you're asking them to play a championship game to still keep a team into the playoffs on the last regular season, you're going to have forced the rest of the conference to finish a week before the actual end of the regular season. Everybody's regular season outside of those teams like the Southern and Alabama State who's playing in week 14, the anomaly, as they say, everybody else ends week 13. You're going to force the MEAC to end week 12 with a whole week to not play.
They're one of the teams that got 5. What do you want them to do? They got 5 Bamas.
I want you to play all the way through the last week of the season. If you don't want to do that, then ain't no playoffs. Central didn't get in anyway.
Okay, so why not do a MEAC championship to see a rematch and see if they can get back? I want to see the get back.
Now you're going to get that one. You caught your one. You got your one. You had your opportunity at that one.
Bam. There you go. Thank you, Mr. Campbell.
That's crazy.
All right.
Get more teams. That's all I can say.
Get more 5-star. Tennessee State beats the number 11 team ranked in the country. SEMO gets them into the playoffs. Man, what a great game. P, break it on down.
Listen, I went against Tennessee State in this one because I'm not going to lie. I literally thought SEMO was the better team in this one, and I was a little hesitant, but that's my fault for counting out Eddie George and what he's done with his program, man, and they was able to get it done 28-21. They got it done. Went up 21-0 in the first quarter, Scotty, before SEMO got 14 points in the second quarter. Then it went back and forth in the fourth quarter, 7 points apiece. Let's look at the Tigers of Tennessee State. 368 total yards in this one, 232 yards passing, 136 yards on the ground. No turnovers for them. And on the other side for SEMO, Southeast Missouri, 308 total yards, 233 passing, only 75 yards rushing. Hey, we talked about him all year. Draylon Ellis, the quarterback for Tennessee State, 20 of 31 for 232 yards and 2 touchdowns for them. And guess what? I'm going to leave it at this. Tennessee State has now won a share of the Big South Ohio Valley Conference for the first time in a long time. And behind that win, because Southeast Missouri, I think, was the number 11 team in FCS football, they now have made it into the FCS playoff with an at-large bid. Congratulations to them. And I think this is something nobody's talking about. Everybody was all on the Deion train when he was winning at Jackson State. How is nobody talking about Eddie George and the job he's done?
Perry, is it not 2 years in a row that I called my shot early in the season? I called Howard, and I called Tennessee State.
I'm talking about the national media.
I'm just saying.
I give if that's what you did, I don't have no problem giving you credit.
Because you was like, they're gonna win the OVC. I said, I think Tennessee State can pull it out.
You was a little leery because there was buy, sell, hold.
But I was the only one to buy it. I was the only one to buy it. I said,
I don't think you was like, ah.
I said, nah.
I think I did hold them.
You say, oh, I bought.
Well, there you go. You're a rich man.
Come on, man. Cash it out.
But I'm just talking about the national media. They were all over Dion for everything that he did, man. It was all over the ticker. It was all over sports. Did Stephen A. and Shannon Sharp talk about this today?
No.
Right. Sip your drink because I'm still waiting. Why not? I know he may not have that wow factor, but I mean, nonetheless, the job this man did at Tennessee State and then went in there and beat the number 11 team and got them into the playoffs.
Yeah.
And goddamn, if they go and beat Montana.
Ooh-wee.
If they go and beat Montana.
When's the last time a HBCU has won a playoff game? That'd be the question.
Shit, it had to be
in the 80s, at least.
Maybe the early 90s.
It gotta be.
Because I don't even think McNair won in the playoffs. Now that I remember, I think McNair played Youngstown State, and they may have played Sam Houston, if I can recall.
99 is the last time.
Who was it? FAMU? No, that just make your day, don't it? Well, had somebody even said FAMU in 99, will you be like, what are you talking about? What toy?
Well, we in 2024, though. Now I know.
Yeah.
So. Yep.
Hey, I hope they get it, though. I mean, shout out to Eddie George. I actually want that shirt he got, man. That shirt, I like that shirt. I want that shirt and that hat. Actually, I'll rock a Tennessee State shirt.
I wanted the Tennessee State hockey jersey. You know, I don't know if the hockey team gonna be around very long, but I'll take that hockey jersey as long as they selling it. That hockey jersey fire. They might not need the hockey team, but they need to keep that hockey jersey.
But let's talk about it. Tennessee State fans, where are you at?
Where are you? Jesus Christ.
I mean, when we in here, does anybody ever say hip hip hooray to Tennessee State?
Is that what they say? That's their thing?
No, I'm just saying, can you at least start there?
Oh.
Like, I don't think I've ever seen anybody rep Tennessee State up in there.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I mean, they don't even go to games. Let me look to see how many people showed up to that game.
They said 2013 Tennessee State beat Butler. So now
okay. Let's see how many people was at this game. Tennessee State, this was a home
1,500.
Holy shit. 1,536 people for a championship contending team. 1,536 people. That's worse than PV. So the real question is, what's really going on? Let's have this conversation. Why is nobody supporting Tennessee State football?
Because they want to play the backs. They do not care about, I keep saying this over and over and over and over and over again. Most of HBCUs do not care about football. They care about playing their cousins and family members and having family reunions and parties. They do not care about football.
Not even a championship.
Not even. To
say 1,500 fans showed up and you played the number 11 team in the nation for a share of the conference championship and you win and then you go to the FCS playoff. 1,500 people, even Valley, I think, can do better than that.
It's tough, man. It's tough.
I don't think nobody in the SWAC will 1,500.
I would have loved to seen the Southeast Louisiana game be at been at Bragg. If that would have been at Bragg, I would have loved to see that just to see what the environment would have been like. But
hey,
teachers on.
I got one even better for you for this next game. You know how many people showed up to this Morgan and Howard game?
What, 500 people?
973. That's how many people showed up to this Morgan game. 973. I can't tell the last time I saw a game less than 1,000 people at an HBCU.
Both them teams are bad. They bad.
I could only imagine 973 people in A.W. Mumford Stadium. What does that even look like?
What? Probably like just the home side, like in between that underneath the press box and like a little bit outside
Not
of that.
that. Probably where the band sit. Shit, that's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Big Blue fan here was on campus today. But was you at the game though?
Were you a part of the 1500?
And at this point, why are they still playing in the Titan Stadium?
Yeah, I think they're on a lease deal or something like that.
Get out that goddamn lease. You showing up with 1,500 fans in that big old stadium for what? It baffles me. We can move on. I just want to know why. The honest question, Tennessee State fans, people, why is nobody supporting Tennessee State football? Like, why? Yes, sir.
Because they want to be with the blacks. They want to be with the blacks so bad. See, the thing about NCAT is they want to assimilate, right? But they just not good. Tennessee State's like, we've been assimilated. We just want to go back to the blacks.
But NCAT still gonna put a little bit more than 15.
Oh yeah, absolutely. If they were winning in the CAA, they would support, but they suck. So it's like it's not adding anything to it. You know what I'm saying?
100. That's a low. That's a low. You don't want to talk about your boy Damon Wilson at Morgan State?
For what?
Don't you got him possibly maybe leaving?
Yeah, I mean, he's a great defensive-minded coach, but I mean, bro, it just I mean, listen, from what I was told earlier today after my show was that I just got a text message. Somebody said, I'll put this on the screen so you can see it. Listen, man, I'm telling you, I know nobody wants the UAPB job, but Hampton needs to probably get fired.
They not finna fire no Hampton, dude.
And this is why I'm gonna tell you that. This is exactly why I'm gonna tell you that.
Oh, you got something?
Yeah, of course. I wouldn't be just saying just to say it.
Well, what he said about Jackson State?
No.
Oh.
Now, my question, and listen, I know this is coach talk. I know this is coach speak. I get it. I'm not saying it's not. But my thing is this. You didn't have a quarterback last year. Mekhi Higgins got hurt in the Tulsa game, and you were changing quarterbacks like draws. And this is where you want to this where you want to die with this the hill you want to die on? If I'm FAMU, hello? Hey, Higgins, yeah. We let that white man go. Yeah,
if I'm Southern, hey,
we got the CFL legend over here. High flying offense.
Hey, Mekhi, Baton Rouge, we serve up some good food. We play in front of fans. Hey, Mekhi. But nonetheless, we keep throwing these schools. Why do you want Alonzo Hampton fired?
Because I feel like I think he mismanages his team a lot. And what I mean by that is, I'm not saying
what is it to mismanage?
Dog, you still gotta listen. My standard is Vincent Dancy. When it comes to bad teams like Bethune, Valley, UAPB, my standard is Vincent Dancy. And Vincent Dancy was a different type of cat when it came to managing his players, managing his team, and how he kept it all together. I think Alonzo Hampton is just not that guy. Like, he's a great energy guy, but honestly, I don't think he's that guy in my personal opinion. I just don't. So I'm not saying like UAPB is people are banging down the door to be head coaches at UAPB. That's fine. I get it. But I think you can do better than Alonzo Hampton. That's just me personally. But
what the hell you gonna do?
Somebody better?
Like who?
Anybody? Anybody can give me 2 or 3 wins. What's that? Especially if you're playing Arkansas Baptist. What?
What you paying the rest of the coaches though?
I can go find me a D2 or D3 coach and pay them 160, 170 and be a head coach at UAPB.
You think UAPB is an easy build?
I didn't say that. I think because from somebody sent me a text message about Arkansas's athletic and how the state of Arkansas does things is a little different. Like, I don't remember what he sent, but he was just saying it's really, really difficult financially because of the way Arkansas is like set up or whatever, or whether you like you can't use money for certain things and you got to raise money and I don't know, whatever. But at the end of the day, I think you can find somebody better. That's just me personally. But listen, if y'all want to keep Hampton, I don't care. Keep him.
I mean, they improved a little bit more than what they did last year.
Yeah.
That's just stepping stones. Pine Bluff ain't no easy fix for nobody, bro.
Okay.
I mean,
somebody won there, but somebody won there.
Who?
Coleman. Didn't Coleman win?
It took him fucking forever to win. And he had one season, one light in the bottle, and it was the next season. It wasn't there no more. They beat Jackson State in 2012 in the last SWAC championship game in Birmingham. Other than that, they won. They played in the SWAC championship in 2006 against Alabama A&M. So we talking about 2006 and 2012.
So every 7 years, we should expect y'all to go back to a championship.
Well, shit, that didn't pass. We over 10 years now. We in 2024.
So
they went to the spring when I guess. Yeah.
Yep. So now Hampton's on the clock.
That ain't no easy bill, bro.
Hampton's on the clock.
Well, it's just year 2.
Okay. You're on the clock.
Don't fire Hampton. I would fire him. You act like somebody just knocking on the door to come in and coach at UAPB, bro.
I think you can find any coach to come in there and coach at UAPB. I'm not saying they'll be good. You can find any coach. Yeah, you can find a coach to come coach at UAPB.
I had tried to throw him Tennis Berry, and I was on that. And the people at Pine Bluff told me to stay out of Pine Bluff affairs, and I did. I tried to throw him Tennis Berry. I said when Tennis was at Benedict after he left Southern, I said I know a fine, good coach, not fine as a good look, but a fine like in terms of doing his job. Y'all don't take that out of context. But I know a great coach that can come up there and do something. In real life, I got messages from folks telling me I was all in the Pine Bluff, the UAPB group.
Alumni group, yeah.
Hey, Perry, we got this up here. Stay out of this. Now look at it. Look at Tennis Berry.
They
what is Major Pain? Who's the dummy now? I tried. All they had to do was scrape their pennies together and make it happen.
Yeah.
That's all they had to do. But I don't think you fire Alonzo Hampton, man. I mean, that's a tough bill, bro. I mean, now, do you personally not personally, coaching-wise, do you not like Alonzo Hampton? What seems to be your issue with Coach Hampton, if there is one?
I don't like how he throws his players under the bus. That really bothers me. It's Dion-esque.
You said because who was it last year? Was it a quarterback last year?
It was a quarterback he did last year.
What was that kid's name?
You had
because they had injuries.
Yeah, Makai got hurt in Tulsa, and then they were going back and forth between Jalen and another kid. And they were going back and forth with him. And I think he said about Jalen that he wasn't watching film and he wasn't smart enough to get the playbook and all type of stuff. And I don't like stuff like that because a player can't come out against his coach. He just can't. But a coach can do that to his players. I don't respect that. And it's very just Dion-esque without the wins, without the clout. Huh?
Is he arrogant? You saying he has an arrogance about himself?
Absolutely. Like, I respect Dishman because he's just a dick, right? Like, he's just an asshole. Like, but I always respect people.
Tonight.
Yeah, like I always respect people who just, if that's who you are, just be who you are, right? And he's a very brash, like, but he doesn't throw players under the bus. Kinda, he kind of does too. But
Dishman?
Yeah, just a little bit. But I that left a bad taste. I had a bad.
Yeah, you crazy with the words tonight, dick and asshole and bad. I don't know what's going on tonight, dude.
And my issue is with Hampton is I just don't like how he carries himself. Like, he's a great high energy guy. I think he's a great staffer. Like, if he was your motivational staffer, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's go. We got this. Like, but as a head coach, I don't think he's a good head coach. I don't
Do
even
you
know how
think
he
he?
got the
Do
job.
you think he act like he better than people?
I don't know why he hasn't done anything.
I'm just trying to figure like this. I don't know him personally. I've met him a couple times. I met him at an LSU camp one time. He was still at ULM at the time. I think he was the special teams coordinator. But I know the area of Arkansas where he's from, in Warren, Arkansas. He knew the people that I know that's kind of like my family in Warren, because I used to spend a lot of time in Warren, Arkansas. That place produces SEC talent year in and year out, especially at the wide receiver position. But, I personally thought finally you got a guy that maybe understands Arkansas and the surrounding areas. But I just know that's not going to be no easy fix, though. So who he is personally, I don't know. I guess I would have to ask more questions to people around that. Now, I have been told before he does have a arrogance, but sometimes overly confident can come off as arrogant. But then how much will people be willing to support and to help if they don't like how you come across to them?
And I've heard,
But how do we know that?
I've had players reach out to me about him. Now, again, it's 80, 90 something players on the team. But I've had a good handful of players that I trust that say, Scotty, the first year, they said, Scotty, he thinks he's Deion Sanders. Like, legit. I'm not going to lie to you. Players reaching out to me is like, this dude thinks he's Deion Sanders. Like, his arrogance, the way he walks, the way he's talking to people, like, he feels like he's above everybody. Now, I don't know how he is year 2, but that first year, nobody liked him. Nobody liked him.
You don't know, trying to change a culture somewhere? Trying to weed out the losers? Trying to build some winners? That's a tough one.
Okay. I talked to Sewell, the defensive coordinator at Morgan, before he took the job. And I said, man, the way y'all turn that defense around, I said, how did y'all do that? He said, well, Scotty, the kids that are there, you have to put the confidence in them that they can do the job. He said, you got to put the confidence in them to let them know that they can do the job. He said, that's the part of being a coach. I got to coach you into knowing that you're here for a reason and you can do the job. He said, and then on top of that, there's a standard that we set that, hey, this is the bar you got to hit. This is the bar you're trying to reach. Now, through that process, you're going to find out, can I coach you to that? Can you get yourself to that? Or if you can't reach this bar, then, hey, this ain't the place for you. I don't feel as Hampton came in with that type of mindset. I think Hampton came in with a mindset from what the players had told me was that I know what I'm doing. You don't. I'm going to get my guys in here. And I always have an issue with guys having that philosophy because I think it needs to be a good blend of there's talent on this team and then there's people I can bring in to help this team. And I think too many times coaches come into situations and they just say, you guys suck. I'm gonna get guys in here. And I don't think that always works. And I think that's the part of when the player said they felt he was more Deion-ish than a real coach. But that's neither here nor there.
He doesn't know how to talk to them folks.
Again, it's UAPB, so how much spotlight is that really gonna get? Right? Like the playbook thing. If the article doesn't come out, does the SWAC even reopen the investigation? No.
Well, he said today he just really wanted to go away. In the SWAC coaches call, did you hear him?
No, I don't watch it.
Oh, well, he said in the SWAC coaches call, he admitted he feels Jackson State didn't need to look at that. He just wanted to get to them. He took full blame. He said it was on him because they didn't have nothing in place in order to stop something like that from happening. And he said it happened under my watch, so I take full responsibility. And he said, I really just want all this to go away. I'm tired of talking about it. Jackson State didn't need that to beat us. They the best team in the league. And he gave TC Taylor his credit. And he said, I'm ready to put this to rest. There's nothing to see here. That's what he said today. Like, don't ask me another damn question about that because it's nothing to see here. We just want to make sure that that player did not give it because it showed that that player clearly somebody logged in under his information. So he don't want the ESPN article came out. He don't want the spotlight on it. He's over it. He's done for it. He's sick of it.
This is now I really don't like him.
Why?
Because it's not about what happened on your watch. What the issue is to me, if the incident occurred, is the integrity of the game. It is very simple. It does not. I keep saying this. It does not matter if you broke into my house and didn't steal anything. You went into. Oh man, I should have never left the door unlocked.
Well, he said that today. He literally said that just because I leave my door unlocked, does that mean walk into my house? He literally said that.
Again,
but I don't think he passed the accusations over directly to Jackson State, though, and TC Taylor. Now, did somebody obviously log into it? He admitted today. It shows somebody logged into it of a player that is no longer with the program. But the question is, what he was saying was he does not feel TC Taylor and Jackson State needed that period.
It's not. That's not.
I get it.
Go ahead. I don't. That's my issue with Hampton. That's not the point. And I said that. It doesn't matter what they did or did not get from watching the practice. That has nothing to do with nothing. It is simply, did they log in to look? If it's a yes, that is a violation. If it is a no, then it never happened. But for you to be like, oh, they didn't use anything. Like, now I really don't like you because now you're really weak. That's weak. Because
I think he's saying in his mind, he don't believe. I can't speak for the man. I just listened to the coach's call today. And just listening to him, he just kept saying, I don't think Jackson State needed that. But he said at the end of the day, somebody did log into it. Because somebody logged into it, he could not directly connect that to Jackson. Of course, that's the investigation. But it don't seem like nobody gives a damn moving forward. It seems like he said, hey, you know what? We made a mistake. We'll admit to that mistake. Nothing else to see here. We just going to make sure it don't happen again. I don't think at this point they give a damn who logged into it. They just want to see that the fact that somebody did log into it and that we make sure that UAPB does not fall into that situation again under his watch. I think that's as simple as where they want to take it. It ain't necessarily saying it was Jackson State. It's just the fact that somebody logged in, they saw it, and they don't know who logged in. They question the player, and they feel like the player is cleaning up behind himself.
This is some straight nigga shit.
I don't know.
No, it's nigga shit. Because I'm so serious. Like, it's just some straight nigga shit. Because it's like, I know for a fact if it was any other conference in America and the school thinks that another school logged into a portal, they're going to report them. And they're going to be like, hey, commissioner, do your damn job and investigate it. Like, it's an integrity thing. It is just simply that. It's an integrity thing. And that to me is where I do not understand. It's not about if they need it or not. That's not the question. Are they a more talented team? Absolutely. Are they a better team? Absolutely. That is a cop-out. It is an integrity thing. And when you do nigga shit like Dr. McNugget and the SWAC and all these other HBCU schools do, this is the dumb shit that you get. And it's like, what? Why would you not want to have at least a standard of integrity? That's all it is. It's just a standard of integrity. Period. I don't get it. I don't get it.
I'm just going by the coach's call because finally somebody asked the question today. Nobody asked when you broke the story, but they was like, hey, an article came out on national media saying it. So now that people actually want to ask the question because they saw it on ESPN, they asked TC Taylor and they asked Hampton Net. Matter of fact, pull it up. Can we pull it up? Just pull up let's listen to it. Let's listen to Coach Hampton himself. Quit taking my word for it. I maybe could take it out of country. I'd rather you listen to it yourself and hear him say it. I think it's worth listening to because it goes back to you broke this story. Everybody took it with wildfire when ESPN said it, but when you said it, they act like nobody had never heard it. So let's take Coach Hampton's word for it. So they finally speak on what you broke. And I'm just quoting from what I heard, but since you broke the story first, I think you do the honors and you play it back and let's dissect it and listen to it.
Nobody cares when I do it. Got to be a white man.
It's not one person on this call more competitive than me. We're all competitive, and I hate to lose. And sometimes, man, it gets me in trouble because I don't get very much sleep because I know what it requires to win. I've been blessed to coach at the Power 5 level multiple times, and this is a job I prayed for, and I wanted it because I know what it could be, what it could become. But it hasn't came as fast as I wanted to. But we got to continue to look at the man in the mirror. And as I tell people, I treat every young man in this program like my son. And so I'm thankful that I'm trying to be able to get an opportunity to go watch Clemson play this week. He's the starting corner as a freshman. So, man, God has been good to me. And so what I want to do every morning I wake up, when I walk in this building, I want those young men to look at me and say, you know what? I want to be like Coach Hampton. I want to be like these coaches that he's surrounded us with. I want to be great men in the community. And lead people to live better lives. So that's what I strive to do every day. Obviously, we had two gentlemen that we had removed from the team.
What are the things that you're trying to implement as far as for that not to happen again on your watch?
Obviously, for us, when you say on our watch, we realized our system was compromised. Obviously, I had coaching changes in the summertime. The guy that was running our video, and we did not get those young men removed from the DV sports system. And so obviously, someone used his account to log in and watch film. And obviously, like I said, everybody knows it's illegal to share your credentials. That's the law. You can't share your email password, and they're saying that he said he didn't do it. Well, somebody logged in on that account, and like I said, I'm not the judge nor the jury. So as far as what I'm going to do is we lock the system up, and as soon as the season's over with, we remove guys that are no longer with the program. And obviously, we had two gentlemen that we had removed from the team. And they still had access to it because I brought in another video coordinator, and it was just an honest mistake. But you know what? As a first-time head coach, hey, that's on me, okay? I didn't get it done, okay? But at the end of the day, just because somebody leaves their door open, do you walk in their house and take something from them? And I wasn't raised that way. So I don't know. I'm not saying anybody did anything wrong. I'm just saying our system was compromised, and somebody logged in and somebody watched the film. That's what it says. So that's my comment on that.
All right, thank you. You have a good one, Coach.
Wait, they gonna ask him another question about it as well.
Yeah.
Good morning, Coach.
Morning, sir.
All right, Coach. Let's dig into this a little bit more, okay? You lost 2 games this season. That soundly, one was to the University of Arkansas and one to Jackson State. How much of an impact did the compromise on your video system play in the outcome of the Jackson State game?
All right, let me say this for the last time. Jackson State football program is the best, in my opinion. They have a really, really good football team, okay? I don't think they needed to do anything if they did. I'm not saying they did. I'm telling you right now, TC Taylor football program, what he's done, those student athletes are really good football players. They were better than us. Okay, so let's get that out of the way. Let's just let this thing go away. Okay, they were the better team. That's why they undefeated in the SWAC. Okay, And if they take care of business, they're going to have an opportunity to win it all. Celebration Bowl, SWAC championship. They're a good football team. Okay. We just made a mistake on our end. I made a mistake. I didn't get the information to my new coach, my video coordinator when he came in. All right. So let's remove the guys. And so what we try to do, we talk about HBCUs and how much we love each other. And we want to give our kids the opportunity to move on to the next level. And so sometimes you leave them on the systems a little longer so they can get the film that they need, right? And that's what we try to do. We try to promote us, okay? And so what happened is somehow our information got out. And it's weird. It just happened that game and didn't happen any other game. That was the only time it had happened. And, but Jackson State don't need to take anybody film, in my opinion, because they're the better team. And I said it before and I'm gonna say it again. They got 2 players on that team that I coached at University of Louisiana Monroe, the starting corner, Wiggins, and the starting O-lineman, Evan Henry, Anil. I mean, those are 2 good football players that played for us at Monroe. So, man, those guys do a great job. I don't know TC personally. I just see him when we do stuff. So, man, my hat's off to him. I hope he go win it all. I hope Coach Graves win it all. And like I said, so, man, I hope this is said and done. I'm thankful that I'm the head coach at University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. I'm thankful I get a chance to lead this football team. And I'm so thankful that I get a chance to go watch my son play at Clemson on Saturday when they play the University of South Carolina.
Coach, thank you. It is.
So happy.
You got TC. They asked TC too. You don't want to hear TC?
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get there.
I mean, this is what we've been waiting on for somebody from the institutions to finally speak.
As far as letting Jacobian do his thing, what was the thing that you seen from the defense from Alcorn?
Coach Orr, Coach James, all those guys over there, Coach DeVance are doing a great job, you know, getting those guys in position for success. But we got some really good players on the defensive side of our ball. We got really good depth. Got some really well.
Keisha Kelly.
How are you doing?
Good. Congratulations on all your stuff. I started talking trash to you. I think carried over all season. But after that game on Saturday, what was your conversation with you?
Well, over the past 4 years.
Just putting together great rosters and great.
I got one more question for you, Coach. A lot of people have doubted you and this team since the beginning, especially since you became the head coach of Jackson State University. What would you like to tell the people that?
Matter of fact, I think this is the first time in program history that that your team has finished with at least 10 wins.
To get back to this point and the things he's doing on the field right now.
Yeah, I'm good with Coach
Ashley Robinson, the things that it's been a heck of a stretch.
I talk trash back.
Thank you, sir.
Go down there to Lorman.
Appreciate those opening comments, Coach. First question goes to Doc Holliday.
Coach TC, how you doing?
The explosive play against another great Soul Bowl in the books. You know, to go down.
He needed in the defense.
The explosive. That was a couple of years ago. Coach Orr.
Have a blessed week.
All right.
Hey, Coach. Good afternoon from ATL.
In a game with Southern. That's what additional preparation for Jackson State. Get somewhat of a week off to kind of.
Matter of fact, I think this is the first time in program history that the 3 on this is.
About that ESPN report on Friday, do you have any comment on that? Were you aware that there was an investigation going on or anything of that nature?
No, I didn't, you know, but it is what it is. I leave that up to the SWAC offices to get everything cleared up with that. You know, they'll make their decision on that. But I'm gonna say this: we don't need to go that route to in order to beat any football team. I've been doing this a long time, and I, you know, pride myself in doing it the right way. You know, and I'm gonna leave it at that.
All right, Coach, thanks very much for your time and congratulations again.
Thank you.
So y'all get to hear from the coaches themselves. That's 2 coaches, 2 perspectives. Scotty, your thoughts, because you broke this story before ESPN ever touched it. Now ESPN touches it. Now people ready to come out and ask about it. But ESPN wrote an article for a reason. You broke the story for a reason. But Coach Hampton's like, hey, fuck this. I don't want to talk about it no more. Really, let's just forget about it. TC saying, hey, we don't need to do this at all anyway. So it's over with. It sounds like this is being swept under the rug. What they say is nothing to see here. That's basically what I'm getting from both sides.
Have you seen Alex Cross?
I have not.
The show on Prime, if any. Okay, I'm not going to talk about it then. This is my issue though.
I'm not going to watch it, so you can say it.
Okay. On Alex Cross, if anybody, I'm about to spoil it for you. So if anybody hasn't seen it, I'm sorry. In the movie Alex Cross, at the ending episode, you find out that the mom asked the girlfriend to take the crime for her son. Like, to be in, she wants the girlfriend to do the time instead of her son because her son's a 2-time felon, right? This is what I feel like McNugget is doing with UAPB. Like, hey man, listen, just bite the bullet. Just bite the bullet on this one. Just take the L, take it, and just sit back and just move out the way. You're UAPB. It was 41-3, and Coach Hampton, to me, was alluding to it without alluding to it. My issue is this, though, P. You said what everybody is thinking. Just because I leave my house unlocked doesn't give you the right to come in. That means somebody came in. They might not have rearranged everything. They might not have stolen everything, but they came in, and he acknowledged that somebody came in. And again, like the person said, that's the only, like he's saying it without saying it. It's the only game that somebody logged in. It just, again, and I want to be very clear. It's not because it's Pajot State. It really isn't. Ever since I've been in this space, I don't like to see wrongdoing, right? And I'm not saying that Pajot State getting the information would have made them 10 times better. They are a better team. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But a crime was committed. This nigga had the nerve to say, I'm sorry. This Bama had the nerve to say, well, you can't pass out your email password. That's a crime. You more worried about the password that's preventable. Next year we just lock it up. That's cool. That's preventable. The fact of the matter is, it shouldn't matter. The integrity of the game is that somebody should not have looked. And that's my issue with this whole situation, man. I'm telling you, if I was a player for Coach Hampton, I would look at him completely different because you're leaving us out to dry. You're leaving us out to dry. I don't like that. I really don't, man. I really don't. And I think it's one of those good old boy type situations to where we don't, again, in this space, I have come to realize it's always that, well, do you really want to bash another HBCU? Do you really want to bash another black man? Do you really want to get a coach fired? If they're not doing their damn job, absolutely. If you're messing up, absolutely. If you have done something wrong, you are not above the law. I was talking to the kid. His mama had to get a lawyer because UAPB was trying to bring criminal charges against him for a password. But you won't even keep that same energy towards Pajot State and the SWAC. It's crazy to me. So no, I am not an Alonzo Hampton fan. This is weak. This is beyond weak. And I'm done.
So are we not bringing this back up anymore? Is the case closed? Sound like right now?
Listen, I'm gonna tell you exactly how it's gonna go down, Pete. The SWAC is going to have an investigation that's going to say it's closed. They're going to pretend like they did one. Hampton's not going to say anything. All the people at UAPB is not going to say anything. Nobody at Jackson's going to say anything. Dr. McNugget, being Dr. McNugget, is going to cover it up because it's Jackson State. He's going to come out because now you got to make a statement because why? ESPN wrote an article. So you're going to make a statement saying that we've done the investigation. We found no wrongdoing, blah, blah, blah. That's it. No transparency. No dig dot, but based off the rules, go ahead.
Because didn't they say in that article that when they asked Jackson State that the investigation was already closed? It said an investigation had occurred. SWAC has closed it, moving on. So,
but they said due to new information, they reopened it. And again, the reason, and I kept saying it's all wordplay. The reason they said it the way they said it, because once you close it, then you have to open the investigation up. Because why? You have to send both results to the schools based off the SWAC bylaws. So whatever results you get from the inquiry have to go back to the schools. Well, you know what that happens? Well, now I can do a FOIA request and get that information from the SWAC office to see what happened with the investigation, what was the outcome. And for the dumbass in the comments that said, you can spoof an IP address, yes, but I promise you, nobody at Jackson State's that good. I promise you that. Nobody at Jackson State's that good. So, it's...
So Jackson State literally got drugged into this because somebody logged into this account in Mississippi?
Mm-hmm.
And because somebody logged into it in Mississippi, how did Jackson State get associated with this?
Let me tell you what I was told.
It could have been all court. It could have been Mississippi State.
Let me tell you how. So how I broke the story was this: I had a staff member from UAPB reach out to me. I had 5 players from UAPB reach out to me, and I had a coach on the staff reach out to me, and they all said the exact same thing, Perry. Tahoe State was bragging at the end of the game about the practice film that they watched. Now, again, I'm very particular about when I do word on the street because I don't like to use one person because that's a rumor. You know what I'm saying? But when 5 people reach out to me on my Instagram DM, a staff member, 5 players, a coach off the staff, all reach out to me, there's validity there. And I keep saying when there's smoke, there's fire. And you can't. My thing is this, and Perry, please, you're a very logical person, so just help me out. As much as I would like to see Tahoe State in turmoil, right? My question to anybody is, why would UAPB pull this out of thin air? There's been years of games, years of film exchanges and all that. Why at this game would they pull out of thin air? Oh, yeah. The players said they were watching our practice film. What does it benefit UAPB to say that? Honestly, it doesn't make any sense to me. To me, out of all the games that have been played, in my 4 years of being in this space, not one time has a player ever came to me and said, Scotty, I think the other team was watching our film because they told us. In 4 years, nothing. So now all of a sudden, the one time it happens, now it's like it's a lie. It just doesn't make any sense to me. That's just my logic behind it.
I guess I'm just curious to see how it was linked to Jackson, but then they said that the Jackson players were bragging about it. And you saying because that came from multiple sources, you ain't got to lie, I guess is the whole point, from multiple people. Coach Hampton did allude to saying, what was the coincidence that, it did happen. That was literally like, hey. But now, all right, it seems like everybody may be on the same page on that side, that maybe something did occur. Somebody did look at something, but it ain't a big deal. All right. I'm done with it. That's basically all I'm getting. There's some backdoor behind the scenes conversations that have been had. Hampton bite the bullet. That's why you taking the blame, but you are acknowledging
that somebody came in your house.
Somebody came in. Because when I came in, the drawer was open. Now, I
Whose
know
drawer did I
goddamn
left?
well when I left out of here, I closed that damn drawer. So unless there's a ghost in this motherfucker, somebody that came in this house, somebody been in here, my papers been moved around in that drawer.
Yeah.
Because I know how I had that drawer. All right, now I look in that drawer, it's been rumbled through. I look around, somebody came in my house. I call the police. I say, hey, send me an officer. The officer come. You know what? I don't really want to file a report. You ain't got to dust for fingerprints. It's my fault. I left the door open. I'll take the blame. Thank y'all for coming out. That's basically what just happened. He took the blame. He's going to say, we'll never do it again. I don't think they think this is a huge story. This is not big. It may have been big to you to break the story. It may have been big to ESPN to break the story. But to me, it seems from the conference to UAPB to Jackson State, this is nothing. Because it's nothing, we're going to treat it like it's nothing. And we're not going to talk about it no more. We're going to acknowledge it. A mistake was made. But let's just keep it as a mistake was made. No crime here, nothing to see. Let's just move on. I promise you it won't happen again. That's basically what's happened here.
Essentially. I don't.
So do we now as media Coach said, I don't want to hear another damn word about it. TC said, hey, I'm straight on it.
Only in the SWAC meet. Dog, come on, bro.
And if the coach that it happened to don't care about it, so why should we care? Because if Hampton's showing like, hey, I don't care. I don't want to even talk about it. Because if he wanted to, he'd be like, man, hey, I cannot wait until the investigation is over. I want answers, goddammit. I want to know what happened.
Yeah.
If they used it no type of way should that occur, and we should set a damn standard that this never happens to me or any other team again, and that we put things in place. I didn't hear that. I heard, hey, what was the coincidence? Hey, it was the coincidence. It just so happened, but you know what? My bad. That's my fault that anybody even got to see it in the first place. I should have locked my damn screen though. That's on me. So do we just let this thing go then? I want to see where do we go from here. Do we just, it's over with? You know, is that what we're doing? It's over with. UAPB don't care. If the victim don't care, how can we continue to keep pushing forward?
That's fair.
The victim don't care. He said, I don't care. So if you telling that to the media, you telling that to Jackson, and you telling that to the SWAC, it don't matter. It don't matter no more. So don't expect nothing to come out. Jackson State, nothing's going to happen to Jackson. UAPB, they're never going to put out a statement. That was the statement. That was as close to a statement you ever going to get. They didn't want to give ESPN nothing. They didn't want to give you nothing. It's done. I guess that's what it is. Case closed. Solved. Would you agree?
I mean, in the world of HBCUs, yeah, it's soft. I mean, that's it's like a cold case. It's a cold case. It's just like, hey, man,
we'll never know.
The world will never know. That's
we'll
crazy.
never know.
That's just absolutely crazy.
I get where you going with integrity. I get where you going that this was as he said, it was a breach. When somebody says compromise, hey, somebody broke into your shit. When your bank account is compromised, you got to go shut everything down. Cancel all them cards. But you look up at somebody all over the world charging you up. So it happened. I guess it's over with. I just want to see where we go from here. And it looked like there's nothing left to see here, folks. I mean, I think this is case closed, Scotty. You broke it. Clearly, one thing they did do, though, they admitted what you broke is true. They just don't give a damn about it. So people who was thinking you was lying and that didn't make sense, he clearly said it happened. That's what we've been waiting on from somebody to say, did it happen or not?
Yeah.
Coach Hampton did say it happened. So what you broke is the truth. It's just they don't give a damn. It's just simple as that. But It validates what you said. So all the people who was hating, saying you were just coming up out of thin air, whatever, it validated. It's just there's going to be nothing to happen behind this. UAPB is just going to do better with their policy moving forward when it comes to players leaving the program, like a Giovanni Gibson. Giovanni Gibson probably lost his goddamn film privileges as of today. I don't know. I can't give you a what if.
I can.
Go ahead.
If it was flipped on the other side, if UAPB won 41-3.
If they was to say Southern cheated against Jackson at the SWAC championship, what would happen?
You wouldn't have to worry about TC Taylor saying anything because you know who would have been saying something. Who would have been saying something?
You tell me.
All the fans,
and probably me too. Pissed off. Oh no, I said Southern cheated on Jackson.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say damn thing. I'd be quiet as a mouse. I'd be like Alonzo Hampton.
Ain't nothing wrong. Ain't nothing to see here. And that's my issue with this, right? It's all because of who it is. It's one of those things where you can pick on the kid. You know what I'm saying? You know what kid to pick on because you know he won't respond, or you know he's fragile, he's weak. But again, if this was Grambling, if this was Southern, if this was FAMU, like, does this still go down the way that it goes down? I don't believe it happens this way. Because to me, if the game was competitive, let's say it was the FAMU game, the FAMU game goes the same way. You find out that Jackson State had to look at their practice a week before. This is why my issue is what it is. It shouldn't the punishment or the investigation, and this is why I keep saying this shit is ran like a mom and pop store. It's not a business because it does not matter. My mom used to always tell me you treat everybody the same. You treat the janitor the same way you would treat the CEO. And to me, the punishment and the investigation and the way things should be ran, there is no level of favoritism because of the brand. Oh, this brand is no. Right is right and wrong is wrong. And point blank. And for Rocky to keep bringing up the kid with listen, stop bringing up the kid with the credentials. You can punish him and still punish the other school. Like, why? Oh, it's his fault. What?
There's got to be a fall guy.
It doesn't make any sense to me. Like, if you drop your keys, is it your fault that you dropped your keys? Absolutely. You got to be more responsible, but it doesn't neglect the crime that is committed.
He got to be the fall guy. Somebody got to fall on the sword on this one. It's him. That's the only way you're going to kill this. He's going to have to be the fall guy. He's the scapegoat. That's the only way everybody's going to get out, because at the end of the day, it's going to always point back to him because it's his password. It's his login. There's no way around that. And they willing to just let it go to say, okay, it was him. It's going to begin and die with him. It's our fault that we allowed him to continue to even have access, and then somebody looked at it. Now, Hampton saying somebody looked at it, but I'm not necessarily saying it's Jackson State. You got word from the players and the coach that said it was Jackson State because of what they heard somebody say from Jackson State, obviously, at the end of the game. So for that type of banter or that wording to be said, somebody would have had to know something. I just think that kid is the fall guy. He's the scapegoat, and it's going to run with that. When UAPB tell you I don't give a damn, I don't give a damn either. If Hampton wasn't pissed off enough to say, should no school, I don't give a damn who you are, ever look at my shit.
Yeah.
Never look at my... How can I be mad for somebody who ain't mad that somebody walked in there? I can't be mad somebody walked in your house and went in your drawer, Scotty, and you say, hey, you know what? God bless them. So if you want God bless them, shit, I can't be like, fuck them. I got to be like, you know what? I can't be mad. God bless him. If that's how he feels, God bless. God bless him.
God bless him. That's all you can do.
God bless him.
All right.
What we got?
hopefully the player responds back to me. I got a couple players from UAPB watching it, and they said they're gonna break it down for me. So hopefully I can get some information before the show gets out, but we'll keep going. All right, let's get to these predictions.
It ain't many. This everybody on one sheet tonight, ain't it?
Yeah, easy peasy for me. All right, the lower level is the D2 playoffs. The top level is FCS. What you got, P?
Now let's make this perfectly clear to everybody that these D2s not gonna count against our record.
No, they do not. They do not.
Because I don't know what's that. Lenore Ryan versus Virginia Union.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm pretty good with my logos, and that's Miles versus Valdosta. Is that correct?
Yes, that is.
Okay. I'm gonna keep this short and sweet. I'm going. Shit, I hate to do this with you, but these two teams I definitely do not like. FAMU and fucking Alabama.
Oh, you know, on HBCU Nightly, like half the staff picked A&M. That's crazy to me.
Why is that crazy?
It's A&M.
It's also FAMU.
But we got rid of the white guy. We good.
He ain't fired. I keep asking you, did they fire him?
Listen, but go ahead. Do your thing, though. Do your thing.
I don't got nothing for you. I'm gonna go FAMU. I'm gonna go Southern. And I'm gonna go Bama State. Now the D2s, I think this is gonna end here for the HBCUs. I'm gonna go Lenore Ryan and I'm gonna go Valdosta State.
I'm gonna go FAM. I'm gonna go Graham. I'm gonna go Bama.
Say what now?
I'm gonna go FAM.
And
I'm
then
gonna go FAM. I'm gonna go Graham, and I'm gonna go Bama.
Now you better watch the Bayou Classic at 1 p.m. You said Eastern said at 2 p.m. you need to have your channel on NBC if that's what you gonna do. Boy, you crazy.
Perry, if I picked everybody you picked, I can't win it. Come on, bro. Like it's just literally like.
Well, pick Alabama A&M.
Fuck no. It's A&M.
Well, pick Tuskegee. Go against your man anyway.
Hell no, they look horrible. They look horrible.
Oh man. Well, Graham, that's your wild card.
Something's gotta shake. Something's gotta shake. Jesus. Yeah, listen, I'm gonna go down. Listen, I'm gonna go down swinging. Okay, if I go down, I'm gonna go down swinging.
Your ass going down with that white man and Coach Eric Dooley, ain't it?
I'm gonna take Virginia Union against Lenore Ryan, but I'm gonna take Valdosta against Miles. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take that's how I'm gonna play it. So, yep, it's really simple. Really simple.
Yeah, dog, boy, you real life ain't gonna go with Southern.
Real life, I gotta get a get back.
That's crazy.
I gotta get a get back.
Don't be surprised when somebody walk in your house and go through your drawer fucking with Grambling, okay?
I'm just saying.
All right.
All right.
In this house, there's some whores in this house. There's some whores in this house.
All right, HBCU jump offs.
In this house, there's some whores in this house. There's some whores in this house.
All right, listen, they had to get on it.
You put UAPB back out there.
Yeah, that Texas Southern one that, once they lost to Texas Southern, I had to go ahead and slide them back up on there. Had to get back on that pole.
I hate to use this. Damn, I hate to use this. It's just like they got raped, but then was like, you know what? Didn't nobody really do it. Is that what I'm saying? It's like I told him no, because this is a jump off list. I told him no, but he took it anyway. Then when you ask, well, what really happened? Well, you know what? Nothing really happened. Is that too much? Am I doing too much?
A little too much.
All right, I'll shut up. This is a jump off list. I'm sorry. Y'all ignore what I just said.
Listen, man, y'all be talking about stuff you don't listen. A player does not have to get permission from an SID to talk to me directly. God damn. Like, what are you talking about? Don't you not know the Constitution? Freedom of speech. What the fuck are we talking about today? Now, if they want to come on for an interview, that has to get approved. But for them to just talk to me like a human being, no, they don't. What are we talking about? Shut up. God damn.
With this list, who surprised you the most staying on this to be on this list?
Bethune-Cookman. That was my surprise pick for the year. That was my sleeper team. I thought they were going to be a lot better. I'm not gonna lie. Defensively, I knew NCAT was going to be trash. I just knew they was going to be trash. That CAA is no joke. But I
remember we was kind of borderline with Delaware State too. What was with over 5 wins?
Yeah. They had that. They played Hawaii tough, and they ain't never looked like the same. So I mean,
this is the final list because ain't none of them playing no more. So I guess this is it with the jump off. These are your jump offs. Hey, them a lot of bodies they gave up. Aggies gave up 10 bodies. Delaware State gave up 11 bodies. Valley gave up 10 bodies. UAPB gave up 9. Bethune, boy, add them up, boy. That's a lot of bodies they gave up, boy. Hell of a year giving it up for these teams.
Dog, it is just absolutely crazy to me. Because, I mean, Jesus, UAPB, if you could have just pulled out Texas Southern, I would have left Grambling on there. I would have left Grambling on there. I really would have. Absolutely would have. But, hey, you know, it is what it is.
In this house, there's some hoes in this house, there's some hoes in this house.
What's up?
How I want to word this. Who do you think can have the best opportunity to truly turn this around next year out of all these?
I mean, you're in the state of Florida. You're in the state of Florida.
They lost to Clark Atlanta, though.
You're in the state of Florida, though. I mean, like you said, the UAPB ain't turning nothing around. Valley not turning around. Dale State not turning. Aggie not turning. I do think Valley has gotten confidence after the win against Valley. They were able to score a lot more points. You saw what they did against A&M. I think they put like 35 up against A&M. So offensively, they looked a lot better. Maybe everybody comes back and defensively they get better, and maybe they can turn that thing around. Maybe get about 2 or 3 wins. You know what I'm saying? So,
and you know what's crazy? We left them off our picks last week.
Valley and the
Alabama A&M.
Yeah.
I realized that because I think in that spot you had put Southern and Grambling for last week.
Yeah, you're right.
It should have been A&M and
Valley.
Yeah, we left them off.
We both would have picked A&M, so that wouldn't have made no difference.
This is crazy, though, man. I'm looking because we're talking about rebuilds. These are the 5 worst teams in black college football on the D1 level.
That's crazy. 8 out of God, dog. That's crazy.
That's giving it up. That's 50 bodies right there.
There's some hoes in this house. There's some hoes in this house.
That's crazy.
50
That's
bodies.
Crazy.
50 of them things. You only turned down 8 folks. Out of 58, you only turned down 8 out of 5 people and gave it up 50 times. Jesus Christ.
A&T didn't tell nobody no if they was D1. If you was D1, A&T had their legs like this.
Just come get you some.
Come get you some. Don't even leave no money on the table. Just come get you some.
And UAPB got the most wins, though.
Oh, geez.
UAPB got 3 wins.
Yeah, they do. They do.
This is crazy, boy. These are the 5 worst teams in black college football, man. I hope these fan bases, if they even still alive, can turn this around. I mean, does Delaware State ever care? I ain't never seen no Delaware State fans in here. A matter of fact, I ain't never really seen. I know Hell. I see who is that? Somebody I always see Hell Wildcat every time I look on here for Bethune-Cookman. UAPB, you know, I try to keep my mom on board. The Aggies, we know we got A&T Roy. He for sure gonna always. He is that one.
Yeah, that only one. They couldn't even beat the Blacks this year.
Damn, that's crazy. So do all these coaches? Damn. Everybody need to be fired?
Uh,
Fired off this list.
you know how I felt. You know how I felt about the Dale State coach. You already know how I felt about that member from Dale State. He need to be gone. I don't like the barbecue coach at A&T. I don't think he's good. You know, the grill master shoes. I'm not a fan. I think Lil Woody need to be fired. I don't have a problem with you keeping. I'm not a fan of Hampton, so you can fire him, but I don't think he deserves to be fired. But you can fire him. I wouldn't care. I think the only people that I would not fire is Kendrick. I would give him another year just because them beating fam and them playing the end of the season the way they did.
Beat fam, that's all you need, huh? Shit, like, hey, you beat us, you good, bro.
You good. I mean,
Oh,
hey,
okay.
you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's like that. I think for Bethune, if you have a chance to go get Ryan Lewis from Alabama State, like you fire Raymond Woody now. You fire him now and you go get Ryan Lewis. So I would fire the Aggie coach, got to go if it was me. Never been a fan of Delaware State's coach. UAPB, I don't like Hampton. And then Bethune-Cookman, I've never been a fan of Little Bill. So, yeah, I 4 out of 5 coaches get fired for me.
Damn, we done win a whole season, boy. These the worst teams. I can't let that go. I ain't never looked at who the worst teams. I've never seen that before. So, all right, they're the worst teams. I don't know how much do we relish. They get 8-50 out of 5 teams is crazy.
It is. It
2
absolutely is.
3 in the SWAC, 1 in the MEAC, and 1. The CAA. I couldn't think of that damn conference.
All right, let's get to the HBCU top 5. Barry, you up to bat?
All right, HBCU Power Rankings Week 13. We are done with the regular season for most teams. And when you look at the teams on this list, only one team is done with the regular season. The rest of these teams are going postseason play. We're going to start at number 5, Southern University Jaguars. They had a bye week this past week, of course, getting ready for Grambling State and the Big Bayou Classic coming up this weekend. But the Jaguars closed out the season with a 31-9 victory over UAPB. They won the SWAC Western Division title, shocked a lot of people. And they finished the regular season with the regular title, with the SWAC Western Division title at 7-4, 6-1. It's not all said and done yet because, you got to throw out those records when you get to the Bayou Classic. So Grambling is sitting there looking at Southern like, hey, we can still hand you a loss before it's all said and done, before you get to the SWAC championship. But nonetheless, Southern is my number 5 team closing it out, getting that SWAC Western Division title. Number 4, I had them at number 3 last week, but they dropped down. North Carolina Central. They got things done in a big way to end the regular season against Delaware State. I thought this team could possibly sneak its way into the FCS playoffs, but the committee said not so fast, my friend. So the Eagles, to me, is disappointing for the second consecutive season to realize one game was the deciding factor. Last year was Howard beating them and Howard going to the Celebration Bowl. This year, it was South Carolina State beating them for the second consecutive year. A really good North Carolina Central team is going to be at home out of the Celebration Bowl. Going to number 3, Tennessee State. How about them getting a share of the Big South Ohio Valley Conference title by beating Southeast Missouri, who is the number 11 team in FCS football? Nonetheless, Eddie George and his team has done great this year. 9-3, 6-2 in conference play. They have won the games that matter, and now they find themselves in the FCS playoffs. They'll be going on the road to take on a really good Montana team. I'm curious to see how they do going to the FCS playoffs, being the only HBCU in the FCS playoffs this year. The number 2 team for me, South Carolina State, they got it done this past weekend as well, closed the deal. They're headed to the Celebration Bowl. They finished the season, regular season at 9-2, 5-0 in conference play. Perfect record in the MEAC, and congratulations to Coach Chennis Berry and his team. They find ways to continuously get it done. Eric Phoenix is the quarterback, Caden High, and many others. Even Stubblefield came in at the backup quarterback position this past week and got it done for them. So they are loaded. I like South Carolina State. Once again, congratulations to them for winning the MEAC and Coach Chennis Berry in year 1 over in Orangeburg, South Carolina. And for me, still the number 1 team in black college football, the Jackson State Tigers. 10-2, 8-0. They thucked their rival Alcorn State in the Soul Bowl up on the reservation this past weekend. Left them really hurting. This team right now headed to the SWAC championship. They're going to host it in Jackson, Mississippi. They are your SWAC East Division champion. And out of all of these teams in the FCS polls, they are the highest ranked right now on the FCS side. And so when I look at these teams, this is my top 5. Number 5, Southern University, SWAC West champs. Number 4, North Carolina Central, left out of the FCS playoffs. Number 3, Tennessee State, who just won a share of the Big South Ohio Valley Conference, headed to the FCS playoffs. Number 2, South Carolina State, your MEAC champion. And number 1, Jackson State, SWAC East champion. And we'll be hosting that championship against Southern on December the 7th.
All righty. All right. Well, now it's time for the real top 5.
Niggas second bad, but somebody gotta do it.
All right. Coming in at number 5, I got Alabama State. I don't want to say big time win, but just how they've been pulling it out with their defense and trying to keep their team involved. Got Alabama State at number 5. Number 4 is Tahoe State. 8-0 in division, 10-2 in conference. 10-2 overall, 8-0 in the conference. I got NCCU at number 3, 4-1, 8-3. I got Tennessee State at number 2, 6-2, 9-3. And the number 1 team in HBCU by far is Chennisberry, South Carolina State Bulldogs.
Niggas second bad, but somebody gotta do it. Got my foot up on it.
All right, so that is my top 5 for this week. South Carolina State, Tennessee State, NCCU, Ohio State, and Alabama State. All right. Now, game of the week. Man, oh man, it's going down.
Sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas. Certified boogeyman, I'm the one that up to score with them.
Hey, it's a West Coast theme tonight. Tennessee State takes on the number 14 team in the country, Grizz, Tennessee State. Listen, I love the grit of this Tennessee State team. I don't think they want to go home. And I'm going to look at them. If I was in the locker room, I would say, Tennessee State, nobody thought y'all were going to be here. This was a time that we built for this. We were built for this moment right here, to go on the road to the number 14 team in the country, put Tennessee State football on the map. You did it against the number 11 team. It's nothing to come in here, do it again against the number 14 team. Draylon Ellis, you're playing the best football ever. CJ, you're playing some of the best football ever. The defense has been playing outstanding. This is your moment and the opportunity to put HBCU football in the stratosphere. Haven't won a playoff game since 2013. This is the moment right here. This is the opportunity to show them why we've been independent for so long on our Notre Dame shit, and we in here. I'm going Tennessee State with the upset.
That's you. Well, for me, I look at both these teams meeting in this first round of the FCS playoffs. Shout out to Tennessee State and Eddie George for getting this far. Trust me, I was one of those ones. I was on the fence when you gave me buy, sell, hold. I was holding because I did not think they had enough to get past Southeast Missouri, especially after they had lost to UT Martin. But nonetheless, they found a way to get it done, and they lost to Tennessee Tech over there in the Ohio Valley Conference. But I look at Montana. They are 3-2 in their last 5 games, and they ended the season with a loss to Montana State, 34-11. They also lost to UC Davis, 30-14. So this team is beatable. You know, it's not like they just can't be beaten. They beat Portland State 28-17. But on the other side, I look at Tennessee State. They are 4-1 in their last 5 games, including beating number 11 Southeast Missouri to end the season and win a share of that Big South Ohio Valley Conference title. Looking at these two teams, Montana comes into this 8-4, Tennessee State 9-3. I just think Montana on the other side for me may be a little bit too much for Tennessee State. And for the second consecutive week, I'm going against Eddie George and Tennessee State. I actually hope I'm wrong in this because it's not like I want them to lose and go home, but I can't pick with Scotty because I'm trying to win something here myself. I'm trying to win the record. So I'm going to go with Montana. I think Montana gets it done their season. Plus, let's keep weather into this. Factor that.
Yeah,
You want to go to
that part is a
Montana
little scary. It's
at
gonna be
the end of
cold.
November?
It's gonna be cold.
It's going to be
in
cold
Montana.
as hell.
Yeah, up in Montana too. It's gonna be cold.
So I'm going to go with Montana in this one. I think home field advantage. And anybody, have you ever seen the Montana Grizzlies home field advantage? Have you ever seen their stadium, their fan base?
Yeah, I watched it last season when they was throwing snow up in the air and all type of crazy
It is a rowdy place that can get you as a team that never been around. Because remember, Tennessee State only been playing in front of 1,500 fans. This is going to be a hell of a crowd. Montana is one of the FCS leaders in attendance. This is going to be a shock for them. This is going to be different, factor in the weather and all of that. I think that could become an intimidating factor. Tennessee State has not seen a crowd like this all year, even though they went to North Dakota State and lost. They won't see a crowd like this with that type of environment with championship pedigree on the line. Remember, Montana played in the national championship last year with Clifton McDowell, who's now at McNeese State. So this is going to be interesting. I'm going Montana. I just think the atmosphere is going to be too much for them.
But I think
You are the only participant in the conference. All participants are muted.
I like what Bishop said. I think the game against North Dakota State will pay dividends for them. I like that. Blue says it's only supposed to be 25, 30 degrees with no snow. That's solid, honestly.
It's only supposed to be 25, 30 degrees.
Get your Under Armour. Get your cold weather gear. Get your cold weather gear.
Who says it's only going to be 25, 30 degrees like that's nothing? In the Montana mountain, shit. You ever heard of wind chill?
Hey, if the wind blowing, it's different.
Yes, the wind going to be blowing. They in the mountains.
If the wind blowing,
There's a mountain right behind the stadium.
It don't mean it's going to be windy. Don't mean it's going to be windy.
Blue, it's going to be cold as hell out there on them boys, man. Only 25, 30 degrees. Shit. Factor in the wind chill, it may feel like 5 degrees on that field Saturday.
Oh, man. Listen, call lines are open. 518-263-814. 518-263-8124. 1669 coming to you.
Yo, Scotty, Zay.
What's up, Zay? Talk to me.
What's up? I got one thing. I got two things for you and one thing for Perry.
Oh, Lord.
Start off with you. You know, we saw the tweet. I was busy, so I didn't respond to you about Colorado. You know, boy, you gotta let that hate go, Scotty. You gotta let that hate go, man. Come on and join the bandwagon.
Whatever.
You know you want to.
Whatever. You didn't respond though. You didn't respond though.
Hey. Hey, that kid is all stuck a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. It's stuck a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. I was salty. And then on top of that, the top five, Scotty. The top five. How is TSU not number one? They play better comp.
But I agree. Yeah, that SEMO win was pretty big. I ain't gonna lie to you. You probably right. That's fair. That's fair. You know, yeah, that SEMO win was pretty big. You know, for all the marbles, ranked number 11. Yeah, that's pretty big. You right. I messed that up. I ain't gonna lie. You right. I messed that up.
It's a big win. You know, Sacramento State's too. I'm cool with that. And you had North Carolina Central at 3. I mean, you're not gonna put Jackson at 3.
I think, if I'm being honest, I think NCCU and Jackson are pretty much the same team. If I'm being honest, think about it.
And one,
no, think about it.
But one team at home and one team not.
Just because you're not at home doesn't mean that you're. I mean, come on, come on. Just because one team's at home, like if NCCU was in the SWAC, they moonwalk. What are we talking about? My thing is, it would definitely be a good game. I think, but the funny thing is, they're literally the same team.
They are.
They don't
first defense. Yeah.
Defense.
So if NCCU is in the SWAC, they beat FAMU
this year. Yeah.
FAMU that beat South Carolina State.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because I'll say this, it all depends on when they played. If NCC would have played after the Jackson game, they're definitely losing. Oh, absolutely. It would, maybe if you play like early in the season, right after the Troy game, it would have been competitive, maybe a 3-point loss or whatever. But if you would have catch them in the back end of the season, yeah, they lose. They lose automatically. They demolished them. Because FAMU hasn't gotten better. They just, like, since the Jackson game, I think that was their peak.
They quit.
And
I think they quit.
Thank you.
They quit.
Thank you.
They knew what season over with. They quit.
You know what I'm saying? And you don't have Willie Simmons keeping everybody in check, in line, kind of fighting throughout the season. So, I agree with you on that, Zay. What you got for Perry?
And Perry, the fact that you got sit together. You got to go with Tennessee State this week. You gonna go against the grain, man? I'm disappointed in you, Perry. You support black college football, and you're gonna go against the grain. Very disappointed. But I love Tennessee State for the upset.
I'm factoring atmosphere, crowd. We just talked about this team played in front of 1,500 people, my man. That stadium gonna be rocking in that cold weather. That's a different. Have you ever watched a Montana football game?
I have. It's a crazy environment. But it'll be what Scotty said, or I think Blue said it. That North Dakota State game will play dividends, boy. I'm really excited about this game. Really excited.
And I support black folks. No doubt about it. I'm a black man. I support the HBCUs, but at the same time, what you want me to do? You want me to lose to Scotty in the records? Is that what you want me to do? Is that what you want me to do? You want me to lose this dude with the record? This dude keeps rambling over Southern. No way I'm going with him with Tennessee State.
Hey, Perry, y'all know y'all about to get your ass whooped in the SWAC championship, right?
We done with this caller, Scotty. I'll talk to him next week.
All right,
I
Zay.
can only take one rival at a time. God dog, man. Let me deal with Grambling this week. Jackson, I promise you. I'll give you a call next week.
Oh,
I got Grambling this week. Let me deal with one rival at a time, okay, y'all? I can't be overloaded with rivals. I gotta deal with this Louisiana State Championship first.
1902 coming to you. I see you, D. I see you, Coach Green. I see you, 7848. 1902 coming to you.
Scotty, what's up, man?
What's up? What's your name? Where you calling from?
This is DeQuincy down in South Carolina, man.
What's up, DeQuincy?
What's good, man? Hey, I was gonna let y'all boys know, man. I watch the show every Monday night. Y'all boys had me. I was in the sports bar in Atlanta last month watching y'all podcast while the Cowboys were losing to the Texans.
Whoa.
No.
Can we talk about how the Cowboys won this week?
No, I'm a Cowboy fan. That's why I stopped watching.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I stopped watching.
Great.
But hey, this for Perry though. Perry, this is my first SWAC versus SWAC game I ever went to in my life, bro. I decided to come to one SWAC game this year because y'all boys show, and I'm coming to the Bayou Classic. I got my flight already. I got my club seats. I need some do's and don'ts at the Bayou Classic for a first-time person. Some events I need to check out, and what some things I need to do at the Bayou Classic for the first time. Now, I've been to New Orleans plenty of times, but I never been to the Bayou Classic. So I just want to hear your thoughts on that. What should I be looking out? And if I see you, I'll introduce myself. If I see you at the game.
He said,
"Are you a single man?"
Yes.
Pack you some condoms.
Homeboys with me.
Yeah, pack condoms first of all. Make sure I don't want you to leave nothing in New Orleans. Pack you some condoms. We're gonna start there. Now, everything ain't about Bourbon Street, right? Bourbon Street is more for the tourists, but if that's what you want, you can get down on Bourbon. Go get if you're a drinker, I always tell people, go get you a fish bowl, go get you a hand grenade. One of those. Go to Tropical Isle.
No. I've been to New Orleans plenty of times. No, see, I went to South Carolina State, so I went to HBCU. So I want you to, if I'm like a person went to Southern or Grambling, like not one of them schools, but I went to HBCU, like some Southern event, some Southern event.
I got you. All you got to do is go to the damn Hyatt Hotel. If you want to be at a Southern event, if you want to be around all of us, the Hyatt Hotel lobby, you ain't got to go nowhere else, brother. That's going to keep all your attention for the rest of the night. That's all. If that's what you want, the Hyatt Hotel is what I got for you. I can assure you. Now, I don't know what Grambling hang out. I think they be over in the Sheraton or somewhere off of Canal. I don't never know, but
Last time I went there, they had a dang. I know Key probably knows the hotel, but that Jake was grambling out. I'm talking about G everywhere up in that Joker. It was crazy. But go ahead.
the Hyatt Hotel right off of Poydras Street behind the Superdome.
Okay.
I shouldn't have to say anything else. Go into that lobby. I promise you, you'll be stuck in there for hours. Hours.
Okay.
Just talking, drinking, eating, meeting folks.
All right. You might see the only South Carolina State shirt that whole weekend. You'll know that's probably.
Well, come to the Hyatt. That's what I'm telling you. The Hyatt. Now, everything else. Now, I don't know all the other because every year people have parties here and there. It's always so much going on, bro. Because I'm gonna tell you, I'm a busy person doing Bayou Classic. I don't get to see half the shit that's going on because I'm so much behind the scenes. But when I typically do get a chance to slow down, you're gonna find me in the Hyatt. And that's where you'll find a lot of people in the Hyatt because you got plenty of events going on top of you're going to have the lobby. So I would recommend you go to the Hyatt, man.
Okay. Hey, Scotty, also, if you decide to come to Celebration Bowl, man, I just booked my suite. So if you want to come to Celebration Bowl, stay on the Mia side. I got you. Say no more.
I appreciate it. I'll let you know, D.
All right. Thanks, man.
I appreciate it. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. Yeah.
Who be there?
She said the Wyndham, but
I'm saying who be at this hotel?
The Grambling.
Oh shit, I don't know.
It was with Dragos inside of it. Yeah, I don't think it was the Wyndham. My wife said the Wyndham, but I think it was
that's Dragos. That's at the end of Canal. That's across the street from the casino.
Yeah, that's the one. All right. Coach Green, coming to you.
What's up, y'all?
What's going on? Chilling, man.
Yeah, man. I got a question for you, Scott.
Yes, Terrence Graves is still trash.
Why you blaming the white man for what happened to FAMU?
Because that's what happened.
I watched the game, and they had a chance to take the lead and fumble the ball. So that's on the white man too when you turn the ball over?
Yeah, that's how the white man works. Duh, everybody knows that.
Oh, so it's all his fault because he turned the ball over. Because the running back turned the ball over.
The running back turned the ball over? Who called the play? The white man. Exactly. It starts with the play call.
They don't make it his fault. Because
how does that not make it his fault?
He can't play the game.
He's playing the game by calling the play.
So the running back almost made it to the end zone and he fumbled.
He wasn't on his way to the end zone. He was on his way to try to get to the end zone.
Yeah.
And he fumbled.
He was holding to the ball, don't
he? Yeah. And the play caller got to make a better play call.
Oh, Lord. But like Perry said, it was all good when y'all was winning, though.
I believed in Daniel Richardson.
It sure was, wasn't it?
I believed in Daniel Richardson.
All good when y'all was winning. But now y'all
I ain't hear
at
nothing
home.
about no white man after that Jackson game. I ain't hear nothing. It was just we was the better.
Oh no, I definitely hated the play calling. I definitely said that.
I
O-line. I got on the O-line and the play calling. That's
I never did hear you just say white man on none of that.
Your ritual was much different.
What?
After the fact.
You said what?
I said it was all different. You wasn't as into like how much you hated his play calling until after the fact.
Yeah, because we've been getting by. Like I've always said, winning covers a multitude of sins. But at the end of the day, I made the notion of saying this team is going to live and die with Daniel Richardson. So my thing was this: at the end of the day, in that Jackson game, and the crazy thing is I feel like I probably jinxed them because I said if the game came down to a minute left and Daniel Richardson has the ball, I said I would feel real comfortable. And that's literally what happened, but it was 3 minutes and Daniel Richardson gets hit and it's a sack fumble. And I'm like, damn, right? But at the end of the day, the play calling was bad in the second half. It really was. And for FAMU not to take any shots when they got the ball on the opposite side of the field, I didn't understand that. But once again, I made my position known. It was the white man. And I'm tired of black people letting white people off the hook.
I'll tell you what the problem really was, man. What the problem really was, man, you should have picked Sutter.
No, Terrence Graves is still ass as a coach.
Stop.
He is.
Stop
He's
it.
still a bad coach.
Stop it.
Terrence Graves is a bad coach.
Stop it.
Made throughout the season.
Terrence Graves is a bad coach.
Stop it.
Stop.
Terrence Graves is a bad coach.
Let's not do that tonight.
Terrence Graves is a bad coach.
Let's not do that tonight,
He's
Scotty.
trash.
Stop.
He's trash.
Stop it.
He's trash.
Let's not do that.
The only thing that saved him was the West was so bad.
Let's just not do that though.
He's a trash coach.
Oh my God.
Let's just not do that. How about that?
No, you got to explain this, Doc Scott. You like to explain everything else. You got to explain this. What makes Terrence Graves bad?
Because they're not a good team.
That's not explaining nothing.
That is. I just explained it to you. They're not a good team.
You could break down why you felt bad, why you ain't like the white man as the offensive coordinator at FAMU. What makes him a bad coach?
That they're not a good team.
So what make all the other teams they beat?
Really bad. Like, listen, if you want me to congratulate you because you're the tallest midget, congratulations. Okay, like you're the tallest midget. Congratulations. But at the end of the day, Southern is still a bad team. They are.
You know what's crazy, Perry? He didn't even have Southern in his position.
I didn't, because you're a bad team, and you're still a bad team.
And you felt the same way about the West when you didn't even have Southern in his position.
Coach Green, you just leave him alone. Don't even.
I mean, I don't know what else you want me to
alone,
say.
Man.
I don't know what else you want me to say.
All type of crazy shit tonight. Leave him alone.
I just said it's not crazy. Y'all not a good team.
Yeah, it is. You gonna leave him alone, Coach Green. We'll show him better than we can tell him.
You're not a good team.
Matter of fact, are you going to the SWAC championship?
Fuck no.
He don't like Southern or Jackson State, so
why would I go to Jackson? Are you kidding me? I'm not going to Jackson.
Because you know the best woman you married in your life is a Southern fan. So why you ain't going?
Because it's in Jackson. If it was in Southern, we probably would have went. But it's in Jackson, so we're not going. Very simple.
But you're gonna be with Harry. You're gonna be good because as long as you're with Harry.
No, I'm not. First of all, the SWAC championship game is ran by the SWAC office, so I can't get media credentials. That's number one. Number two, it's in Jackson. And number three, I'm not trying to fall into a pothole. And number three, again, it's in Jackson.
Get that hate out your heart.
I'm in Ohio soon, dog, because we got to come play up there at Central State. So
I don't even know where Central State is. I don't know.
Wilberforce, Ohio.
I don't know. Listen, bro. I'm new to this state. Like maybe I talk to my wife, but I don't know where none of that stuff is. Listen, bro. I barely can get to the University of Akron. Okay, and it's literally like 15 minutes down the road. So I don't know nothing else in Ohio. I know where.
How long you been in?
I know where.
You been in Ohio?
I've been a year. I've been here. Listen. I know where Canton. I know where the Hall of Fame is in Canton. I know where Canton is. I know where Akron is. Don't ask me nothing outside of that. I don't know nothing else. I'm telling you straight up. I don't know nothing else. Oh, and Worcester. I just went to Worcester not too long ago.
I'm about to do y'all like Dion was at that SWAC championship. Come on, dog. I got. I'm hungry, dog.
All right, appreciate the call though, Ghost Green. Y'all still trash. All right. I'm
take as many callers as you want. We just gotta I want to hear everybody.
Joe, I'm taking these last 3 callers. Joe, come to you.
You want?
Hello?
Yeah, you live, Joe.
All right. What happened to innocent proven guilty, Scotty?
What do you mean?
What happened to innocent proven guilty? I'm calling on behalf of my titles that you just been trying to put up under the bus. Now, I'm here to fight that case for them. If that IP just doesn't go towards a Jackson State player or someone on a Jackson State team, because it could never be proven that Jackson State look at their playbook. It can never be proven. But the player didn't give it to the Jackson State player. So how could they say it was a Jackson State player doing it? It could never be proven.
Again, the NCAA does not. I'm gonna break this down as slow as I can. The NCAA does not do a burden of proof. The NCAA bases this off of more than likely situation. So, is it more than likely that it occurred, or is it less than likely? That's the only parameter that they have as a burden of proof. It is not in the case of law where you need 100% beyond a reasonable doubt. That is not the NCAA. It is a more than likely. Is it more than likely that this occurred? Yes. Is it more than likely it did not occur? No. That's all the burden of proof that they need. So for you guys to try to bring in like criminal law into NCAA, that's not how it works. But I just want to give you an update on that.
So basically like Louisiana, just two people need to find you guilty in order for you to be guilty.
That's I guess that's how the NCAA playing it.
All right. For us, family, this coaching staff. I thought at the beginning of the season, FAMU had one of the best coaching staffs in the SWAC. They made all kind of different adjustments. But after Jackson State get a hold to them, it's a problem now. What happened?
No, I agree with you on that. They did make great adjustments during the early half of the season. And I think in the back half of the season, teams got hip to what they were doing. And I also do think that Joe Henry got a really conservative in some of those situations. Listen, I really think what's crazy to me, I really think that after the Jackson State team, I just think that the team just didn't want to play football anymore, if I'm being honest, because you just didn't have nothing else to play for. That's just my honest to God truth on that one.
Can you put G up here instead of them two? Put G up there. Let G sit there and drink his beer with us while we talk.
I think that that they didn't want to want to play anymore, right? And I don't think that the coaching staff and the culture that they were building was working for the players as well, right? So I think it was a myriad of issues.
With the OC, because I seen a couple of games, he was calling plays not to lose. He wasn't calling plays to win. He was calling plays not to lose the game. He wasn't attacking. He was just calling plays just to be safe, just to get out there, So I think he did kind of play a part in it.
I definitely agree with you on that, and that's not the FAMU way, right? Like when you're and appreciate the call, Joe, and that's not the FAMU way, right? Like FAMU has been known to be a high risk, high reward team, like going down the line, quick, hurry up, and they really got away from that this year. Hey, listen, these last two callers, guys, we really got to speed these up. So D from Ohio and 7848, y'all got to be quick. D, it's on you.
What up, Scotty? What up, Perry? What's going on, man? My boy Perry tired, so I ain't gonna hold y'all. Just to give you a quick geography, Scotty's up in Northeast Ohio. I'm in Columbus and Central. Central State is in basically Dayton, which is right next to Cincinnati. So that way,
that's a trip. That's like 3 to 4 hours.
Yeah, so to get from me to you is like 2.5, about 2 hours, and then I'm another 45 minutes to an hour from Dayton. So from you all the way to Central State, it's gonna be about 3 hours.
Hell no, not happening. Go ahead.
I'm right in the middle. I'm right in the middle of the state. You in the top over by Pennsylvania, Northeast Ohio, right on the border of Pennsylvania. First off, Scotty, I'm glad the first caller said it. They kind of took my thunder. I was gonna let you have it, but I still got to mention it. The fact that I told my boy, I said, Scotty gonna have Tennessee State at number 1. He has to, because you talk about the SWAC and the MEAC not playing the competition that, those boys like Tennessee State them is playing in the OVC. And the fact that they beat SEMO was a big win. I would have put Eddie Georgia number 1 and
That's
probably
fair.
had, Jackson and South Carolina right behind them. So I'm glad the first caller brought that up. And then Perry, my question for you, man, how do your boys maintain their focus going into this Bayou Classic, knowing they have something bigger and better to play for the following weekend? And before you ask that question, I was looking forward to coming down to meet you, Perry, and see you in person. But, my wife got a holiday party she got to go to. And my co-pilot who was going to ride with me, who said he's going to ride with me in the chat a couple of weeks ago, he backed out on me. So I couldn't find nobody to ride with me, so I can't come to the SWAC championship game. And my co-pilot was supposed to be Scotty.
God damn, Scotty.
Listen, y'all. Listen, my wife is. We're not going to Jackson. It's just a no go. It's just an absolute no
Yeah.
go. Anything that has Jackson
Hey,
involved is
keep
not going down.
Well, I answer your
the boss,
question.
man. She the boss.
I answer your question with the Bayou Class. I mean, to be honest, bro, we know the SWAC championship is there. But this is a rivalry of Southern and Graham. You don't overlook this one. It ain't like Bethune-Cookman this last game. It ain't like it's Alabama A&M this last game. It ain't like it's Valley this last game. This Grambling. And traditionally, you know, you throw the records out. Grambling can come in this game winless on the season. You know you have to take it serious. And not only that, this coaching staff, who knows Southern very well, on both sides of the ball, know how important this game is. Going to the SWAC championship is feeling good. You cannot go into the SWAC championship having lost to Grambling. It's just, this is a pride thing, and the pride is deep. You got a lot of players from Louisiana on both these squads. Plus, playing in the Superdome for every kid in the state of Louisiana that has ever played high school football, your goal and dream is to go to the Dome, to play for a high school state championship, to play for something. And the fact that's one of the biggest draws to get Louisiana kids to come to Southern and Grambling, it means something to go to that Dome on national television, in which, let's talk about it. Houses are divided on Thanksgiving between Southern and Grambling because both of these fan bases run deep within the state of Louisiana. On Thursday, you're going to have families with aunties, uncles, cousins, mamas, daddies, all of that. Baby mamas, baby daddy, however you want to put it. That's going to be in there. Half of them are going to be Grambling. Half of them going to be Southern. They're going to pray together. They're going to eat together. And then come Friday and Saturday, they're not going to like each other. It trickles down not only from that to all the way around. The rivalry is real. There's no love once these two teams get to New Orleans. So it's not easy to overlook this. It's understood. I was in New Orleans today for the Bayou Classic press conference down in New Orleans. It's understood between these two teams. You don't overlook this. The outside world may look at it and say you can overlook it, but when you right here, you know it's no way to overlook it because it's everywhere that you go, it's everywhere that you at right here in Louisiana, and there's no escaping it.
That's real. And real quick, Perry, this is quick, ain't gonna take long. Do y'all shake hands after this game, knowing you got a big one? Because I noticed that TC didn't let his guys shake hands, knowing if they got somebody suspended, they would miss the SWAC championship. That's all I wanted, man. Let y'all brothers keep up the good work as usual.
I appreciate it, D.
I don't know. You know, depending on how it goes. If we go in and handle business, yeah, we can shake their hand after the game. If it come down to like a field goal or something, take y'all ass to the locker room. We ain't finna deal with that going into the SWAC. Matter of fact, no, we ain't shaking no hand. We got a SWAC chair. It just take one fool to do something crazy. We go to the locker room. But you can't do that because you got to get the trophy and the MVP and all of that. So, yeah, we probably don't shake hands. We go do the alma mater. You go get the trophy, and we getting out of here after this dub.
All right, last but not least, 7848 coming to you.
Hello.
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 Hey, Scotty.
Yes, sir.
I got some serious questions for you. I listen to you, and I try not to get too upset and too pissed off with you. I'm a Jackson State fan. I heard you a couple weeks ago, and you was interviewed by a brother that was letting you know that I think it's personal, and you hate on Jackson State so much. Everybody at Jackson State are not bad people. And you say you won't come to Jackson, and I can understand why you probably won't come to Jackson. You constantly call us Pothole State all year long. A lot of us are older Jackson State fans, and I understand you jug at us, but I think it's go back to Dion days. I don't know what happened, but I don't know what is that hate is about, that you hate us. You don't give us credit for nothing. Even if we are doing okay, but it's your whole show all year long, and it's your show, you year after year after year, you just pound and pound and pound. You say that you took a lot from us, from our fans, and you just sit back and didn't do anything. But how do you think we feel over in Jackson, Mississippi, when you call us Pothole State? You talk about you always constantly, you don't even recognize us. The night that you guys lost to, the night Jackson State beat FAM, you were so petty. You came on the show and you was wearing Southern stuff. It just hurts you to even give us any kind of credit at all. Why is it so personal? You say it's not, but I think it is. How do you think that makes us feel? And a lot of Jackson State fans listen to you, but you constantly pound and pound and pound Jackson State. You make us your show. You don't give us any credit at all, and that's bad because everybody doesn't hate you. But I think it goes all the way back from when Dion, because I remember when you did the Dion interview way back in the day. Everybody in Jackson, Mississippi is not bad people. But when we listen to you, how you do us, what are we supposed to do?
I didn't know if you were still going or you were asking.
That's fair.
Okay, so
That's fair.
okay, let me say this. My issue is
I didn't know if you were still going or you were asking.
Why do you got you got to turn your background down? Dog, I hate when people do that. Like, they call in, they say what they say, and then they dip. I'm not answering the question then. It doesn't make sense to answer it. Like, you didn't even have the decency. Like, I hate when people do that. Like, you want to call in.
It could have been by mistake, Scotty.
No, it wasn't no by mistake. I hate when people do that. Because you call in, you say your little 2 cents, and then you get off. So, no.
Answer that man question.
No,
I want to know.
I don't care if you want to know. It wasn't your question.
I want to know. Because
Hey.
I want to know why you like FAMU so much. Now I want to know what the hell, what happened
I
with
guess
that.
the world would never know. Hey, listen, guys, I appreciate your time. I don't listen. If you don't have the
Hold on,
decency,
let him call back. Hey, man, call back.
not my
Call
problem.
back. Let him call back. I'm telling you, he probably hung up by
Conference has
mistake.
been unlocked.
Call back, man. Because we want to hear this. This is good TV right here.
I thought you were so hungry.
I want to hear this because I'm curious. This is the first time everybody wants to know this. Please call back, brother.
I see his number coming up. I'm just waiting for it to pop up in the thing. Hello?
Please call back, brother. I'll see his number coming up. I'm just waiting for it to pop up in the thing.
You live.
Hello?
Yeah, I called back because I made a mistake. I wasn't intending to hang up on you. I was just waiting on your response. But my mistake. I wasn't intending to hang up on you.
All right, so turn your background down for me.
Okay. Scotty, let me say this. I listen to you all the time. I'm from Jackson. Hello?
I'm listening. I'm here. I haven't.
Okay,
yeah.
but I want to know those questions because everybody in Jackson, Mississippi does not hate you. We listen to you, but it's something personal and you make a mockery out of it all year long. You give us no credit for shit, Scotty. I've heard you talk to the other guy that called in a while back, and he was telling you that Mr. Coleman, somebody was telling you, you call us out of it. You won't recognize us for nothing. And then you know what? I like all HBCUs, but I was hoping that FAMU would lose this year. I was hoping they would lose every game. And you know why? Because you pull on FAMU so much and you put down Jackson State. Why is it so personal and that you don't like Jackson State? I want to know those questions. What is it? And all of a sudden, you're a big FAMU person, and you didn't even go to FAMU. What is it? Deion Sanders? Deion is gone.
I haven't gone.
Deion's gone. We over Deion. You didn't like Deion. What was that about? Because I remember you interviewed Deion years ago.
Okay, are you gonna let me talk or are you gonna keep going?
Okay, I'm done.
Okay, so let's go with the Deion situation. The Deion situation is I didn't like Deion and how he moved in a lot of situations, and I've made that very publicly and plain on my channel. I didn't like how he said the Grambling people were leaving the stadium early when that wasn't true, when people were having heat strokes in Pajot State, couldn't even supply them with water. That's number one. I didn't like how he would throw players under the bus and he wouldn't take accountability. He's still doing it in Colorado. I didn't like that. I didn't like a lot of things that Prime did, and I didn't like how he moved as a man in certain situations because I'm like, that's just, you're lying. And people worship Prime so much that they couldn't even tell. Like, that's what bothered me. Like, Pajot State fans were so enamored with Prime that they couldn't even tell you when he was doing something wrong. Like, you know what, that was wrong or that wasn't right. But it's real funny to me. He could do no wrong when he was there, but then when he said y'all was stealing money and y'all weren't paying him, then he lying. Now he lying. Anytime, and that's the issue that I have with Pajot State fans is that if it's positive, you want all the attention. But when it's negative, you don't want to accept any of it. And that's my issue with a lot of the fans. Now, going forward, so I just rolled that way because I didn't like how Deion was moving. I don't like your fans. So that hasn't changed. Your fans are still annoying. They still get on my nerves. And my issue is this. Pajot State fans can call Alcorn Slawcorn forever. But then when somebody calls you Pajot State, it's a problem? I don't understand it. But now, hold on. No, I'll let you go. So now I'm not able. So I can like FAMU, even though I didn't go to FAMU. That's a problem. I haven't gone to any school in the SWAC. So I'm really a neutral party in it all, but I like FAMU. One, because I like how FAMU has treated me. I like how the fans have treated me. I like the atmosphere of FAMU. I like the people. A lot of the people that are close in my circle are FAMU grads. I mean, I don't know what you want me to say. It's not that I don't have friends that are from Pajot State. Zoe is a great friend of mine. You know what I'm saying? I have people, shout out to my boy TG, a double major at Jackson State. Like, shout out to my boy Jay and Smoke. Like, I have people that went from, shout out to KJ. I'm still cool with KJ from Jackson State. Like, I just don't like I keep saying this, and I said this when Wayne called in. Shout out to Wayne for calling in. I said, all the dumb negative stuff overshadows any of the positivity from Pajot State fans. It just does. And that's not my problem. That's y'all's problem. But my thing is this. Why do you care about my opinion? Why does my opinion bother you so much?
Well, Scotty, you have a hello. You have a show. Can you hear me?
I'm listening.
You have a show that you cover the whole SWAC, Texas Southern, Valley, Mississippi, Southern, Grambling. You cover all the SWAC. But it's, to me, it's only one school that you're very biased about. You treat Jackson State different than any other school.
That's not true.
And during the whole season,
that's not true.
The way you treat Jackson State, where you call us out on our name, where you treat us, is nothing like you're just biased toward Jackson State.
That's not
and you
true.
say it's not true. That's true.
I do the same thing to Prairie View. I call them 12 fans. I don't like Prairie View. I don't like nothing about Prairie View. What are you talking about? I say that all the time. But you just so oblivious to it that you think you're the number one school. Like, so you're telling me I didn't make a whole shirt that said Rocket Mortgage Hornets when they hired Eddie Robinson to Alabama State? What are we talking about? I have given every school the business. I just like giving your school the more. Does it tickle my fancy when Pajot State sucks? Absolutely. Does it tickle my fancy when you Bamas are in an uproar for some stupid stuff? Absolutely. Does it tickle my fancy when you lose your president? Absolutely. Does it tickle my fancy when somebody calls me and says, hey, my car is stuck in a pothole? Absolutely. So I'm not understanding.
Well, you know what, Scotty? You reminds me, and I hate to say, hello.
I'm here.
You say you fair, but you reminds me of the same guy that gives Deion Sanders a hard time all year long, and his name is Jason Whitlock. You're the Jason Whitlocks of the HBCU. The way you come across.
That's fine.
But toward Jackson State.
That's fine.
You might not think so, but you just like Jason Whitlock when it comes to HBCU.
That's cool with me.
You're just like that. And it kills you because anytime I know it's killing you right now that Jackson State is playing in the SWAC championship and going to somebody. You are a Jason Whitlock of the HBCUs.
You think that sir, if that would ever be that's not a dig at me. If you're trying to use that as one, it's not. You could call me the Rush Limbaugh of the SWAC. I don't care. Like that's not a dig at me. But you know what's funny? You still watch me. That's the funny part about the whole situation is you're calling into my show, watching my show with the show that, oh, Scotty, you're the Jason Whitlock of the SWAC. And guess where you're going to be at next Monday? All right.
You don't know that. Yeah, I do watch you, but I'm just calling you out on yourself. The way you have double standard and you're hypocritical. You're very hypocritical. You don't have a team. Next year you might have another team.
I might.
You're not loyal to anybody in the SWAC. But
I'm
the only
not.
somebody I do know for sure you don't like Jackson State.
And I will never be loyal to you, so it's fine. You ain't got never worry about me picking Powell State.
Yeah.
You ain't never got. But the thing about it, that's been my whole thing the whole time, and I haven't been loyal to any team. FAMU's probably the most loyal team I've been to, and that's because Smash made me. He said, "Hey man, you're gonna have to pick a school and stick with him." I said, "Okay, cool, I'll do that." Right, but I'm not loyal to any school. If Andrew Body was playing at Bama, I probably would have jumped ship. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
So what you talking about? I'm never gonna pick PV.
FAMU lost to Jackson State, and you made all kind of excuses for the reason FAMU.
I didn't make an excuse
because of the quarterback.
I didn't make an excuse. I said FAMU was the better team.
You made an excuse. You said because the quarterback was out, he got hurt. If he kills you,
that's not what I said.
If Jackson State had lost to
That's a
FAMU,
lie.
you would have had that show live that night. You remember the night Jackson State beat FAMU? You didn't even come on air that night.
I'm still waiting for you to have you're not stating anything that people don't know. Like, why are you trying to act like you're trying to get me? Like, if FAMU would have beat Jackson,
I'm not trying to get you.
I'm going to tell you, if FAMU would have beat Jackson, I would have been on live for 3 hours. Like when you lost the Celebration Bowl at South Carolina State, I was on live for 4 hours. When you lost the second celebration to NCCU, I was live for 3 hours. When you went 7-4, when you lost to Homecoming to Alabama State last year, I was on live for 2 hours. So you're not saying
what is that about?
Because I love to see you in misery. Why are we acting like this is new? It's not. I love to see Powell State fans in misery. I love to hear you guys call in and bitch and moan about, oh my God, we should have had that game. And oh my, what are we talking about? I'm confused.
And you want to know why Jackson State fans don't like you?
I don't care. Why do you act like I care? I don't.
You are the Jason Whitlock of HBCU, brother.
Okay, and you're the Doc Holliday of callers. What are we talking about? I'm confused. What are we talking about right now? You the Doc Holliday of callers. So what are we talking about? Huh? What? Why? Why are people trying to act like it's me? Like, stop it. I win. You lose. Come on, man. Like, Jason Whitlock getting money. Like, you can call me the Rush Limbaugh. You can call me the Jason Whitlock. You can call me the Skip Bayless. These Bama's getting money. But what you cannot call me is a liar. What you can't call me is broke. Like, that's what you can't call me. Like, who's the other full-time YouTuber in this space? Don't worry, I'll wait.
Nigga, listen. You got to... I just had to pick myself up off the floor.
I'm just saying.
Literally. My God, man. Listen. Oh, boy. My gut hurt. You got me doing. What are we doing here tonight?
No, I didn't even want to go there. You was like, no, I want to hear this. I'm like, okay, like now we here. Like now, so now you want a nigga here now. Okay, so like, what we doing? I was trying to be mellow. I was trying to be cool. I'm sitting back. I'm kicking it. I'm cooling. Like, I don't know why Powell State fans think like I care about your feelings. I don't. Oh, Scotty, why do you hate us so much? I don't know. I just do.
I'm glad that. Come on. Look, they be forgetting I don't like them either, huh?
My hate has surpassed. My hate for Powell State has surpassed you, Barry.
Have they never heard Mike Reed and I go back and forth?
Dog. It is Perry's fault. You set me up.
I didn't set you up. I thought you was gonna give a good answer. I didn't know you was gonna be doing what you was doing.
I was responding to his questions. Like, listen, I don't know.
I'm not gonna be your scapegoat like UAPB doing, old boy. You ain't gonna put this on me. I ain't had a password, okay? I didn't log into nothing. That man called in, and I thought he has the right to express his opinion because I felt like he was speaking on behalf of the Tiger Nation, and I wanted to. I'm curious because people know why I don't. It ain't no secret why I don't like Jackson State.
Mm.
It ain't. I mean, it's Southern, it's Jackson. It's
Mhm.
a fuck you, no. It's a fuck you. We know that. It ain't no.
Ain't no if
Jackson people know that with me. The same way I know that. I don't never expect nothing good for them when we play them, right? But I'm so curious about you. I'm like him. I was curious. I really want to know. I want to know.
I feel like this is a situation with the UAPB kid at the all court. I feel like you set me up. I feel like you set me up just like you did. Yeah, that was you too. With the Georgia and the Alcorn and
who been filling your head with the bullshit?
It was you. You because who was up on all the SWAT groups getting rated. Oh, this is baseless.
But I was the one talking though. So how I set you up? It was me talking.
Because I was laughing. And again, you set me up.
What the fuck? I didn't throw the rock and hide my hand. I'm right here with you. I ain't set you up.
This how you do. This how you do. No, Scott, I'm serious. I mean, I know I'm just asking a serious question.
You see, when I'm serious, I sit on here. I be like,
what Alcorn do for him? What can Alcorn do for him?
Why are you climbing back up that tree again?
I'm just saying. It's the same way you did with me with the CD scratcher. He gonna come on and that man over there sounded like a Walkman, a 1995 Walkman.
I'm not gonna laugh at the man for that. I laugh by what you said. Now, I just thought that comeback was bow, like you hit him. But I thought he had a legit question because clearly Jackson State people have an issue with you. It got you ready to leave the goddamn space behind you putting out the JSU cheater, and then you saw all the comments. Cancel this nigga. And you was like, you know what? I got to do a show. Fuck this space. I'm out of here. Sayonara, suckers. I'll see you in 4 or 5 years. So because he had that, I thought that was a great question to go to why you feel the way that you feel, because it seemed like it's mutual on both sides. So does that not make sense?
That makes sense.
I thought it made sense. So I was curious. I'm like, finally, somebody don't have a problem. Ask your Scotty, because I can hear the passion in that man's voice. And I don't think he was stuttering from pride. I think it was the passion. He just wanted to get that off to you. And I was curious. I wasn't instigating.
Barry, let me ask you a question. You're a very logical person. Why would somebody watch something that invokes so much emotion? That's my question. Because my wife says it all the time. She says it's so funny. She be like, ain't no way ain't no way I'm watching you. You say something about my school, I'm not watching. I'm turning you off. My thing is, why keep watching me if I invoke so much emotion? It doesn't make any sense to me. I really don't understand it. Now, granted,
you be talking about Southern, I be having to hold it down for Southern, because we went back and forth last week. Didn't we just start the show for 25 minutes going back and forth?
Reigning champion.
Of what?
National reigning champion. But that's neither here nor there. Go ahead.
The fuck is we? That's what I'm talking about. But the thing about it is, it's like, all right, I'm gonna hold it down for Southern, but I expect nothing less because, like he said, you don't have a loyalty to a certain team like how I have a loyalty to Southern. Next year, I'm not gonna cheer for Alabama State. Next year, I'm not gonna move and cheer for Prairie View. And now I'm not hungry because I got drugged into something that they said was my fault. So I want to make it. I want this to be known that I am curious, like many others, on what the beef is, because it's like, all right, I dislike Jackson State. I really do, right? But it ain't personal. It's business.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go to Jackson State ready to fight everybody. I'm gonna talk shit because it's about a game. And because I just don't like their school, I don't like their colors, I don't like their little fat mascot, I don't like nothing about them, but they know that, but they gonna tell me the same thing, Perry. I hate Southern, I hate Baton Rouge, I don't like the Jaguar, y'all banned. It's mutual. But for you, it's like, You didn't grow up, or nor do you have any ties to hate directly like Southern and Jackson. So it's like, where did this hate come from in your heart? Because it's like, they can understand it from me. It's you they can't understand it from. And it's like, Scotty, what happened? Who scarred you? Who did this to you?
The fans.
That's really what he was asking.
The fans. I mean, I say it all the time. Like, I don't like Jackson State fans. I don't. I can't stand them. And
you like Southern fans?
They're way more. They're way more sensible. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're way more sensible.
And
like,
see, the reason I think you like this, you were not in this space before Deion, so I know Jackson State fans.
Yeah.
I saw Jackson State fans from 2014 until Deion got there. I was around in the Rick Comedy years.
Yeah.
Right. I remember the James Bell, the one nigga they really wanted for you. Okay. I've been around, so I've seen him, but from you've seen them on this high. And I think that high that you came in and saw him, I mean, you came in with Deion. They took on the arrogance of Deion and the confidence of Deion. So how could you hate that? He reignited that. He gave them that what they had been wanting for so many years. And so now it's like you came in on that. That's what you get.
My thing
I don't fall for it because I saw it for 10 years, damn near 10 years.
I don't what this is my thing. And I think Mr. Campbell said a good point in the chat. Like, how is mine personal?
Because I think people, although you talk your shit about Jackson and they dislike that, it's like, but they do want to hear what you have to say about the whole thing, though. Because you just don't sit on here just bashing Jackson, but you talk about other schools, whether it's good or bad, whether it's you breaking news or not. People are entertained by you. And it's like, I'm entertained until he started talking about Jackson, then it turned me off.
That's fine.
Like, and that's what it is. They want to hear what you have to say when we talking about the games. You are hilarious. They want to hear some funny shit from you too. But at the same time, you're going to break it down if something ain't going right, like FAMU. You're going to put the board meeting on here. And we're going to hear from the board meeting. I mean, from the board members. That's information that you know ain't nobody else willing to go do that has never done that in this space, to open that up and allow that type of back and forth to be heard amongst everybody. People are entertained by that. That draws people in. But then it's like, all right, if it says something, anything Jackson, that's where you draw the line. And I think that's where they draw the line. It's like, I can take him with all the other stuff, but then when he get to Jackson, I just can't take him no more. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
It makes sense. And that just is what it is. You either gotta, it ain't, listen, man, I feel like people try to be like, oh, Scotty, can you find something good to say about us? Why? For what?
I don't think they looking for you to find something good to say, but it's like you never have. No matter if
Never.
they good,
be very careful about when you say never.
Well, I stop.
Okay.
I stop. But when I say never, what you mean? Why should I be careful?
Oh, because I've said good things about the program. Like, it might come in spurts.
What
like,
have you said good?
I said I love Isaiah Spencer. I said I think Ashton Taylor is a hell of a linebacker. I've given the players kudos for what it is. I've given the coaching staff kudos on the offensive line that they built. I've said they're the best offensive line in the SWAC. I've said that. My thing is, again, and I'm gonna keep saying this: when your ears are trained emotionally, you're only going to pick up the negative. And I say this all the time: if you're dating a girl, right, and you tell her, "Man, babe, that dress looks really good," she's like, "Oh, thank you," and she'll go about her day. If you say, "Babe, that's an ugly dress," why would you say it sticks? It sticks. It just does. That's just it's a human nature thing. Negative responses take longer to get out of your system. So again, I can say something positive about Jackson, and then if I say something negative, the only thing you're going to hear is what I said negative, which I don't care. But
I don't think you're Jason Whitlock. I think you're the prime example of Stephen A. Smith, the way he treats the Cowboys. If the Cowboys lose, he go live and he comes around that phone and he laughs and he grins. And then the next day he comes on First Take and he just gives them hell. Jason Whitlock, I think, a little too far, but you are Stephen A. to the Cowboys. You are that to Jackson. I'm sure Cowboy fans cannot stand Stephen A. because he always.
I can't. I hate him.
Right.
I hate him.
He loves anytime the Cowboys lose. I mean, he just relishes it. It's what he bathes in. That's you with Jackson. So I think Jackson fans, that's the arrogance of them. That's why we don't like them.
But
That's our issue as Southern fans, but that's the fan bases that because we can be like that. Wait till shit, let us get rolling. Yeah, all right. You think the Jackson folks a problem? Let Southern get it rolling with that swag again. With that, just let us. Because I saw Jackson quiet, so I can see why they hype. Jackson waited a long time, Scotty, and they went through some real tough years, coach after coach after coach. And then when they got their ass whooped for 9 straight games to Southern, that's demoralizing. That does something. For real. And then they had lost.
Why couldn't I have been doing those times?
Huh?
Well, I would have been stumping Powell State out.
No, you wouldn't have. You never even would have been talking about them. You would have been talking about Grambling, Alcorn, and Southern. You wouldn't even have been talking about Jackson State. I can assure you. But it's now that they're rolling. You caught them at their high. They've been waiting a long time for this high, and you have caught them now that they're on their high, and they can't come down off of it because TC just boosted it right back up.
Yeah.
So this is what you get from a fan base who's passionate and love what they do. And this is Scotty, you don't realize how long these folks really been waiting for this.
I really should have a shirt that says like, no, I'm not gonna say it. But anyway, my thing is this. I don't know what they want from me. I feel like DMX. What these niggas want? I don't know what you want.
It's like right now they feel like, bro, we waited so long to be where we at now, winning back to, being back at the top of the SWAC, and you ain't got nothing to say. Like you gonna hate us for being at the top of the SWAC?
Yeah.
Well, that's how they feel.
That's how I feel.
Yeah.
So we just gonna feel what we feel because
that's the arrogance of a fan base now that is at the top, and they can brag about it. And they like, we bragging. Everybody should be liking us. Why don't you like us, Scotty? We winning.
And that sound like some. Oh, why aren't you my friend? Because I don't want to be your friend. That's why I don't.
But they like, we're the most popular kid in school. How could you not like me?
Easy. Watch me. Let me show you.
Well, that's literally how they feel. Like, bro, I'm prom king. I'm the most popular person in the school.
And
I start on the varsity football team. And you walking around here and all you doing is talking bad about me.
And
I make good grades and you still hating on me.
And
I ain't got no problem. I don't like Jackson State. They know that. But
I'm just I'm just waiting for the shooter drop. That's listen. I'm waiting for the shooter drop. If it's the SWAC championship game, I'm gonna celebrate it. If it's the Celebration Bowl, I'm gonna celebrate it. I'm just waiting for the shooter drop. And when it drop, I'm gonna Barry. Look with the shoe drop. I'm gonna catch them. I'm like, is this the shoe that you forgot?
So it's nothing Jackson State can ever do.
Nothing.
If they at a high right now, you can't get them. I can imagine when they hit a low.
What? I might come back into space just to shit on them, just to put some salt on the wound.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm there.
You should have went to Southern then, nigga. You got that type of hate. You sound like a Jaguar. You sound like a Jaguar.
Yeah, listen.
What you on right now is true Jackson hate. Jackson Southern hate. They just can't understand why they get it. They can accept it from me. Well, I don't even think they can accept it. It can be understood. Like that nigga Southern is understood. We don't like them. They don't like us. But they just can't figure out why you though.
I don't need you to figure out. I'm telling you, I don't like you. It's nothing to figure out. I'm not a puzzle. I'm not a maze. I'm simply telling you, I don't like y'all. That's why y'all call Powell State. Like
they don't get why is he doing us like I expect that from Perry. I don't expect that from Scotty.
And I don't know. Listen, at the end of the day, it is what it is.
Okay.
There is no coming, there's no mending that. There is no mending this.
It's over.
It's like what Taylor Swift said, we are never, ever, ever getting back together. This is done.
Well, that thing is the other part, and I'm just speaking because what I see. If you don't like us, why do you talk about us?
I don't.
Well, you say Pothole State.
That's not talking about you.
What is that? That sounds like a talk about you insulting me.
How am I don't call you by your name. I like calling you Paho State.
That means you talking about me if you say Paho
If the
State.
shoe fit, if you feel like that's your name, then that's your name.
They like, well, if you don't like us, why even
if I'm
go
walking
there?
down the street, if I'm walking down the street and somebody says, "Big-headed boy," and I turn around, I must think he talking to me. But
why? Because you got a big head?
I don't think I do, so I wouldn't turn around. Can't be talking about me. My head ain't that big, right? But my thing is this: it's a lot of that too. Like what bothers me about Paho State is they'll be the ones like, "Oh, Scotty, we made you. Fuck out of here!" Like
they believe that because
okay.
you came in with the swag of the high that they was on, and because they were the hot thing around.
No, I came in with Dion. Dion was the swag,
and they're riding off his swag and his high.
Yeah, I'm not that. I'm not that.
That's
so,
why.
But again, that's why I stopped the breakdown. Because I gotta show you, like I gotta show you better than I can tell you that I don't give a fuck. Like I really don't. Like it's and the sad part about it is that it's one of those situations like you messed it up for the group. Now I could stay in the HBCU space and just never talk about them, which I wouldn't have an issue doing it. But on top of that, my wife is like, for what? Like, we need to move. Like, we need to shake and pivot because it's not just Paho State. It's the commissioner, it's the SWAC office, it's all of it. So it's not just Paho State that's been a headache. It's been the SWAC office as well and Dr. McNugget, right? So it's like, why deal with it on all levels? It's the MEAC. It's all of it, right?
You shot the gun first, though.
Who? No, I did not.
Why the SWAC don't like you? Ain't shoot at the SWAC first?
No, I did not.
Okay, my bad.
No, that's not how that went down. I've explained it. Now I've explained that numerous of times. That is not how it came down.
Okay.
Not at all. I was not the first one to shoot that bear. I was not the first one. I'll say this. I was not the first one to break the truce. I didn't break the truce. The SWAC office broke the truce. And then when they broke the truce, I said, this the game we playing? Let's play. This the game we playing? Let's play.
All right. So with Jackson, who shot first? You did a drive-by on their ass. You cleared the block out.
Okay. So what happened? It was some inside stuff that happened between me and Dion that rubbed me the wrong way.
And that's why that man saying, like, don't hold Dion to the rest of the Jackson State people. Like, Dion gone, and you still fought us for Dion.
Don't care.
Oh, shit.
No, I don't care. Because it Dion is what lit the match with the Paho State fans that kept it going. But yeah, Dion's the one that lit the match. I couldn't even imagine myself rooting for them in a football game. Like I couldn't even. Now basketball, when they had Tamika Reed, I was a fan.
So you cheering for Southern next week?
Nah, I
See what I'm talking about, dude? What are you talking about here?
I don't know, Perry. I don't know.
Are you
I'm just a neutral party. So whoever wins, like if Southern wins, I'm gonna talk shit about Jackson. If Jackson wins, I'm gonna talk shit about Southern. Because I gotta see you on Monday. So
you're a little delusional tonight, y'all.
I'm just keeping it in the buck, right?
I thought for once you was gonna be like, you know what? I rock with Southern. You going against us 2 straight weeks.
I don't know yet.
Oh, yet.
Because if I go for you guys, right, and then you come back on here and lose, and I start talking mess, you be like, which guy do you pick us? I'm like,
well, if you go for Jackson and then Jackson win, then what you gonna say?
I'm never picking Jackson though. So I might just have to take the L because I'm not really picking nobody. You and Perry can. I mean, you and Mike can just do what y'all do, and I'll just sit in the neutral party and just laugh at whoever loses.
Where's that nigga at anyway? Where's Mike? But I'm not gonna
probably working, probably DJ.
You know, he'll yell out of nowhere. I got Mike next week. I'll deal with him next week.
You know what I'm saying? So again, Dion lit that fuse. It blew. Ain't no coming back from it. And then it just kind of built from there. And that's really like for whatever reason, or for what I don't say for whatever reason, but like I'm just not a do boy. That just ain't me. And if anybody tries to put me in that lane, it just ain't gonna work well for you. So,
and I'm only asking the things that I have seen. And so I've always been curious because I know people will write them in the comments, but everybody not going to ask you directly, call in and say this directly. So I've been curious. That man sparked my curiosity when he asked you that because I'm like, well, damn. And then I'm thinking back to the very reason of why you was thinking about getting out the space. So you're going to leave this space because the Jackson folks, then just say, forget the Jackson folks so we can stay in the space and we can talk about Southern.
You know what? I'm gonna talk to Key about it. She probably gonna say no, but my thing is this: that might be something I look into. That might
So
be something I look into.
if it's simply Jackson that you're looking at, because it ain't like it's the entire SWAC schools that's making you want to leave out the space. Let's be honest, it's literally Jackson State. And it's like, you want to leave the space, they want you to leave the space. They like good riddance because we tired of everybody. We tired of hearing him call us Pothole State, and we tired of seeing him not cheer for us when we win. And that's all they want because they feel like you neutral. You don't have a direct loyalty to a school. So because we win, at least say, hey, we winning. And when you don't give them that, it's like a pretty girl that you don't acknowledge that she's pretty.
Yeah.
It upsets her because you're the one that'll tell her no when everybody else telling her yes. And she don't want that. And she's so curious now to why aren't you saying yes to me? Everybody else does. You completely ignore and act like I am ugly. And you don't never say yes to me. All you do is constantly say no.
Because they are ugly. It's not about your looks, it's your character.
Well, welcome. You ought to get a Southern degree then, because welcome to Southern fans' world. This is Southern.
My wife do want to get a Southern degree. I wouldn't be surprised if my wife get a Southern degree. She definitely wants to graduate from Southern. But I'm looking for my honorary degree. I ain't doing no papers. I'm not playing with that one. I ain't touching it.
But this is real life. The way that you feel now, you understand. You are entrenched to understand a Southern Jackson rivalry then now. The way that you feel, you are literally the epitome of what Southern fans feel when we talk about Jackson. Jackson fans just can't understand why you feel like that. But when I listen and hear you talk, has a Southern fan ever told you were saying something crazy or wrong?
BJ always be like, Scotty, man, now you understand. That's all he says. Now you understand. Now you understand. And I don't.
And we get crazier than what you talking about. So,
and that's what I'm saying. Like,
they just can't understand why.
I feel like Mayweather. Why you want? What's he fuck me for? Like,
you like the dude on Drumline when he was driving the bus, and he was like, he told him, he was talking about at the Classic, Morris Brown be waxing that ass. He said, man, I thought you drive first. He said, man, I freelance. Like, yeah, you driving A&T, but you talking about Morris Brown, man. I drive everybody.
I don't care about no.
That's you.
Listen, listen. I don't care if Powell State is playing checkers. I hope they lose. If they playing chess, I hope they lose. If they playing marbles, I hope they lose. Like, listen, I hope y'all lose everything possible, and I pray for your downfall every season.
That's Southern.
Like no other team. Other than PV last year, this year, oh, I definitely pray for their downfall. When they brought them shirts out, I was hoping that they just failed at everything in life.
When they did me the way they did me week 1, and I kept saying focus on Texas Southern, and they was looking at Southern, I jumped on that with you. And God don't like ugly people.
They don't.
Then lost your coach, had a sorry ass season, and then you lost to me, and I want to bet off that anyway.
Yeah. So I mean, that is for PV. You know what I'm saying? I think for Powell State, it's like, and let's be clear. You know what bothers me about Powell State fans? This is what they'll do, P. Oh man, we can't stand Scotty. Oh, we can't stand Scotty. Then I come up with a slogan like Willie going Willie. Guess who using it?
Who?
Powell State fans. That's who. Clowns. Dorks. Like, oh, Willie going to Willie. Willie going to Willie. I'm like, it's funny who you got that from. It's me, Moa, and you the one repeating it. Dick riding asses.
Well, I better hear a lot of Jackson State slander next week. You damn near need to be a Southern fan next week. You talking like you won, but you not won. But you talking like you won.
So
I only hear that type of slander from Southern fans and myself.
Anyway,
yeah.
At the end of the day, every school has gotten the business from me again, and I'm gonna keep saying this. I just have a special joy in my heart when I have to report bad things on Pothole State. That just is what it is. Like everybody, I treat everybody fairly. But when one of my children act up more, I just got to bring the belt out a little harder. That's all it is. That's all it is.
And they like, bro, I'm making the good grades. I'm the one doing the chores. I'm the one doing everything you ask. You still whooping my
Bring that ass here, boy.
You are the abusive father. Jackson State, the kid you just don't like.
I don't.
I'll
be like, should have never slept with your mother. Should have never slept with your mother. Should have never slept with your mother.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I should have never slept with your mother. She tricked me. She tricked me. That's what it is. But yeah, so it is what it is.
Next week's
FAMU is like the baby of the family for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you like, that's the baby. You know, you're like, that's the baby.
Not to me. I don't like they ass either. I don't like FAMU.
Oh man,
they kind of knew. It was like they the ones we did used to like. Now it's like, dude, what the hell? Why are you coming back around? You had moved out the neighborhood. Now you want to come back around? I damn sure Alabama A&M is understood. And no matter what space I'm on, if it's somebody from A&M, they understand. Everybody keeps saying Valley need to go D2. Alabama A&M need to go D2, in my opinion. I just cannot stand them. Why? Ain't like we lose to them. I just don't like them. It's like, who are you? Don't nobody show up to your games. You ain't never in a championship conversation. It's like nobody even pays you any attention except Alabama State. Fam, you think they care about them this weekend? No.
So let me say this. One of the players from UAPB texted me this. He said basically,
oh my God, we still on this?
Yeah, I'm not letting it go. Basically, what we know is someone who wasn't on the team had logged in and they gave it to JSU so they could watch our practice film because they called us and asked us why we had 2 number 2s on the offense at practice, but we didn't have them at the games. We have 1 number 2 and the other 2 wears 83 on game day. They knew the exact play names and the formations because they said them on film. So they saw them on film so they can study. They had our calls, they had our signals, they knew everything we were doing. Players from Jackson State told us about the Wednesday of the game week, but if you ask JSU fans, they think they're holier than thou and they do no wrong. That's what I know. So that is what it is. That will end today's show. Hey, listen, Perry, tell everybody where they can catch you.
You can catch me in New Orleans is what you can catch me this weekend for the Bayou Classic.
Hope you catch an L.
See, you on that bullshit. See, now I'm finna be like Jackson State fans. Jason Whitlock, leave us.
Gotta let them burn, but somebody gotta do it.
You catch me in New Orleans this weekend for the Bayou Classic. You know where you can find me. The Jaguar Journal, go follow it. Go subscribe to it on YouTube and Facebook. On the Yard Network, go subscribe to it on YouTube. Follow it across all social media networks. And my man Chopping It Up with Coach Roger Kadar. Go follow it. Go subscribe to it on YouTube. Me and Blue and a few other folks, we do our show every Sunday on my On the Yard Network. And then you catch me right here with this hating ass nigga every Monday at 6:30, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. I got you.
Perry, who I'm gonna hate on in the white space, man?
You better find one like you found Jackson State. Shit. Now, if you really want to find a fan base, hate on LSU. Hate on Alabama because that's what you did. Now you got to find one who winning now. So Texas.
I like Texas. Hook 'em horns. Yeah, I like Texas.
I don't like Texas because I'm from Arkansas, so we don't fuck with them. You got to find a program like you just did with them. You came into the space and they was winning. They like, nigga, we winning. You hating on us?
That's fair.
Yeah. So if that's the formula that you rolling with, Oregon, I guess, hate on Oregon.
Oh, I like Oregon.
Ohio State, hate on Ohio State.
I do not like. I'm a Michigan fan.
There you go. Either them or Georgia.
I don't like Georgia either.
But you got to be careful hating on them folks in the South and white folks, boy. Hey, it's a difference.
Yeah, I don't like Georgia at all.
Yeah, pick you one. Flip a coin and target them.
I can't do Ohio State too hard because my wife an Ohio State fan, so I'd be downstairs on the couch.
Whoever you gonna hate on, you got to give them that Jackson State energy
Yeah,
all day.
I could definitely do like either Ohio State. I could do Ohio State, but I don't want to do Ohio State because I don't want to get like.
Well, you live in Ohio, you might want to think different.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, yeah. They be like, I know where that Bama live. He stayed in Canton, Akron.
And white folks do homework on you, boy. They'll know your kid's name. They'll know your name.
Yeah.
Have your number.
Yeah.
Yeah, you better
blow your phone up.
You better choose wisely in that white space, Scotty.
Yeah, that's fair.
Hate on Miami or something, somewhere far away from. Yeah, hate on the U.
Call them Mayo State. Yeah, that ain't hitting.
Yeah, you'll figure something out.
I will. I definitely will. All right, guys, listen, as always, man, until next time, you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to hate on Ohio State. Until next time, I'm out this piece.